My name is Zane. This is Casters and Blasters. We are some friends who have a very, very long-running D&D home game for some of us. Some of us are friends. We've just played D&D before. And this is our second time on Twitch. First time we were streaming that home game, but we're going to come with something new this time. We are doing a 10 to 12-ish session. We'll see how it goes. Story following a new group of 4 adventurers based out of the town of Codsbreath, Eremai. We're going to go ahead and jump right in with some brief world lore. Eremai is a continent, one of many in this world. Everything is going to take place on this continent. Relevant geographical information. This continent is bordered to the north by a warlike Siberian kingdom of Goliaths called the Azanthian Sultanate. Eremai itself is essentially the Wild West if it were in the jungles of Brazil. It's kind of the way I like to think of it. Frontier towns sprinkled through dense forest and undergrowth. Instead of riding horses, people use large jungle cats to get around. There are plenty of old ruins and minor fae presences throughout the land as well. But to go ahead and get started right away, we are going to jump in with some character prologues to learn about our new group of adventurers. We're going to go ahead and get started with Luciva Primera. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Luciva is a male human wearing nothing but some raggedy cloaks, some armbands. He's got his backpack over him. He's got a messy set of black hair with his hair in a top knot. Looks to be about 20s to 30s, nothing crazy. And he's just kind of sitting down doing his thing right now.
So, and this is Paige, everyone.
Hi.
Luciva Primera. Let me go ahead. Luciva Primera steps forward across a walkway of cold stone. The sun has dipped below the horizon and has been settled there for several hours. As the chill of night creeps over the old stone ruins across which Luciva walks. One large step is over the body of a cleric, recently slain. Standing in front of Luciva, another cleric, lizard folk. No, I apologize. Herringon. Rabbit folk. Trembling, hand shaking, clutching a mace, pointed at Luciva, attempting to stand strong, but injured from the traps and perils that they encountered within the dungeon. Off to the left, another cleric, equally wounded, standing with tome in hand. Luciva takes another step towards the Herringon. Luciva, the clerics in front of you bear markings that are not necessarily distinct to any one particular religious group. The individuals in front of you are all beast folk as well, from deeper within the jungles. As far as you know, they've journeyed a long way to get here. And you see on their body, you see a few mundane magic items. The Herringon in front of you is wearing an amulet of light. And the ferret folk off to your left bears a spell tome in hand. They also bear some minor artifacts of religious significance they appear to have carried out of these temple ruins.
I must say, we found ourselves in a very unfortunate set of circumstances, but I'm amiable for some Nice conversation and some negotiation. I'm just here looking for a couple of goods and trinkets that are significant to me, but I'm sure you won't miss. If you'd like to just drop those items that you have and walk away, I'm sure we can just part as friends.
The ferret folk looks over to the Harengon questioningly. You see fear in her eyes. As the Harengon stares back at you with a steely glare. We risked our neck in there for these. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Or intimidation, if the factor is higher.
We'll do intimidation. Let me check something real quick regarding this. We'll do my first roll before I announce it. Oh yeah, that's a 17 plus 5, 22.
22. The Harengon looks at you. Slowly reaches up, takes the amulet of light off of his chest, and throws it off to the kind of left, away from the body that is on the ground behind you.
Wonderful. See, this is already going so well. You risk your neck in there, but you don't have to risk your lives out here with me. All it requires is a good amount of conversation. Now, I'll let you take your, well, who was your friend here, and be on your way. Um, I think, I think you may live to see another day, unless, of course, you wish to tempt fate.
His eyes dart from you to the body. Ferret folk speaks up in a shrill voice. Every second we wait here, it's going to be harder to bring him back.
Time's ticking.
Drop the scrolls. She drops an armful of documents on the ground. He gestures with his mace for you to step out of the way.
Excellent. And Lucifer will just calmly start walking off to the side, um, towards the direction he threw the amulet. And as he's walking, he's just kind of grin nonchalantly, almost like this is just a casual conversation over coffee.
The Harengon steps slowly, almost matching your pace, around to get closer to his ally's body, which once he sees that you're not moving anymore, he sheaths his mace, puts it through the ring on his belt, and heaves his ally's body up. The other cleric rushes over to assist. On his way out, as they carry the body off, the Harengon goes, "You've not seen the last of us."
Oh, you best pray that we've seen the last of each other. You wouldn't want to meet me again. I took one of you out. Your law wouldn't be that big of a problem. Goodbye now.
And they lurch off into the fog.
No, they always talk like that. So tough. Oh well.
You pick up the amulet of light in your hand, and the shadow cast in your silhouette as it glows within your palm illuminates on the wall behind you. And then it grows. The legs begin to bow outwards, and the arms stretch to the ground and further across. The fingers grow into long, misshapen talons. And the hair flows backwards over your body and your back like a black mane of porcupine thorns, as your shadow coalesces into a single form, stepping out of the rock wall. You hear a faint jingle of bells, tin bells, as this horrific shape stands in the darkness behind you. The only true visibility, the light itself glinting off of a silver mask. Barely visible, like in ancient Greek tragedies. It bears a half-cocked smile.
Lucifer will do a nice little bow as he appears.
Takes another step towards you in your shadow with another jingle. Well done.
Of course, of course. I only do what is in my power. And of course, any leverage that you can throw my way always increases my chances.
Present the trinket.
Lucifer will grab the trinket and toss it up in the air thrice, and then he'll go ahead and he'll throw it on over to the creature's wife.
A long, bony pair of black, shriveled fingers grips it by the chain, dangling it up. The head tilts back, and within another faint reflection of light, you can see enormous fangs, a mouth full of 7, 8-inch long pointed fangs, as it drops the amulet into its open throat. It hunches as its body shudders, and you swear you see it grow just a little taller and a little wider. The knuckles scrape the ground as it turns around and walks towards the shadows of the cavern behind you. You know, you're running low on gold. You'll need to find a place to sleep eventually. I needn't remind you what should happen if you are to starve and fall face first out here in the woods. The face turns again, and you see a glint of the silver mask. Your final act would be feeding me once more.
Well, we'll see what happens. Please, if I were to fall, do you think I'd fall face first? I'd fall flat on my back and lay there looking at the stars. But I suppose I should go get some gold and maybe a nice bed to sleep in. That'd be better.
Good idea, Luciva. And you hear, whispering over your shoulder, a chorus of voices. Good idea, Luciva. Good idea.
Always so nice to see you again.
The nails scrape away dirt, tracing off the stone as the shape slinks into the shadows once more. I will be seeing you.
All my wisdom, this is what I decided to do with my life. I could have been a shipwright. Oh well. And now start grabbing whatever's left, and I'll start making my way towards wherever I can find a place to make some gold.
As you stand at the height of this kind of ruined temple up on a hill, but you are outside of it, you have decent visibility of the canopy around you, and you see far off, maybe 2 miles or so, torchlight flickering up from within the forest, a small settlement nearby.
Marvelous. This would be This would be fantastic. I start walking down the road.
As Luciva steps off into the night, we will cut to a different prologue. And I'm going to let the music change here as we cut to Geratos. Before you describe your character, we're going to let the track switch. Yes. Geratos Bowstrike. Go ahead and describe your character.
All right. Let me turn my volume a little bit. Hello, I'm Gary. I'm playing Geratos Bowstrike. What's up, everyone? My name's Geratos. I'm going to be taking care of you today. So let me tell you a little about today. I am an Astro Elf Way of the Astral Self monk. That means that I'm from both the astral plane physically and also spiritually inside. My father's Thalatos Bowstrike. You might have heard of him. He kind of founded the Bowstrike Logging Company. Really famous in this area, all right? We do really good work, all right? We kind of cut down a lot of old growth forests and all those like really nice houses you see in all the major cities. That was us, dude. Like, it's pretty chill. I spent some time traveling the world, studying my martial arts and also my spiritual arts. And now I travel around, sharing the vibes and sharing all of my knowledge and wisdom with those around us, improving both the bodies and the souls of everyone I interact with.
What does Geratos look like?
Oh, Geratos. Let me look up the numbers that I wrote down. All right. Yeah, I am a 5'6" short king, of course. I have tanned golden skin from my time meditating out in the sunlight. And of course the tan lines, gotta have the lines, bro. My hair golden, just like my spirit. And of course my eyes green like the forest in which I was raised.
Majestic. Liam, could we go ahead and get the combat map open again? I've summoned you to a different board. Okay. Geratos, you find yourself within the towers of Greymane Manor, one of the most beautiful, well-built properties in Codsbreath. And of course, who do we have to thank for that other than the Bowstrike family? Liam, heard. You have been training Celine Greymane, daughter of the very well-established Diabolus Greymane, a drow family in Codsbreath who owns the cannery and distribution of all catches. So it's quite a prolific client, I should say. You and Celine have been practicing physical like movements, Tai Chi and things like that. But Diabolus has instructed previously, kind of in a one-on-one scenario, Diabolus wants you to push her. So he suggested some more intensive physical training. Celine is a bit over it. However, she is prepared for a light sparring session. Diabolus is watching intently, and you can feel his stare down your neck. I do want to know, what would Geratos's pre-sparring spin be to ensure that the client, of course, gets the most spiritual growth from this process as well?
All right, Celine, you and I are about to enter into one of the most sacred contracts two people can enter. All right?
Mm-hmm.
We have stepped into the ring, and we're about to share between us a moment of true martial bliss. Look in my eyes, Selena. Look there. We're gonna have a moment, the two of us. All right? Your dad's like right over there. Don't worry about it. He's not actually here. Okay? It's just you and me, Selena. It's just you and me. All right? I'm here with you. I'm here for you. My accent keeps slipping. I can't hold it. I'm telling you, Selena. Now I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna start off with my signature. My signature. It's gonna be jab, jab, hook. Remember what I taught you, Selena? All right, jab, jab, hook. I want you to dodge, and then I want you to hit me back. All right, I can take it. I'm a tough boy.
All right. Remember, Father. You asked for this.
And Selena, remember. There is no hurt physically that we cannot bear, that our spirit cannot heal from. All right, let's do this.
Oh, all right. Okay. Very well. Okay, go ahead and roll initiative, Gary.
All right. That is a 7 right there.
7 right there. Where is her stat? 7. Interesting. Very interesting.
I should really quickly unequip my spear.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go ahead.
Let me just before I get in combat, let me just make sure I'm not gonna hit her with a spear.
Okay. So you're like, all right, I'm gonna open with the jab, jab, cross. Okay, make sure you dodge it. And as you're talking, she just whips across towards your jaw. That is a 14.
That does not hit.
14 does not hit. You parry the strike. And that's it. It's your turn.
Okay. Whoa, Celine, girl, I love how eager you are, but let's take it back a sec. All right.
Good initiative, Celine.
Here comes the combo. All right, and then I'm gonna roll. What I said. It's gonna be an unarmed strike, jab, and then a second bonus action unarmed strike, hook.
Okay.
So I'll just roll. Okay, that's an 8 for the first one.
8 is gonna miss. She ducks it.
Sick. She ducks it.
She weaves the
Excellent.
jab.
Excellent, Celine. Excellent. And here comes the hook. Ooh, and that's a critical fail.
She sweeps your leg as you go for the hook because she ducked low. Sweeps your leg. You don't fall, but you do stumble backwards.
Okay.
She smiles. And then, is that it for your turn?
Yeah, and then I kind of smile back as I like catch myself, and I'm like, whoa.
You have like a playful smile. She has
Yeah.
like an I'm really excited to punch this guy in the face smile. That is an 11.
That does not hit.
Okay, she's gonna go for a bonus action unarmed strike.
Okay.
That is a 16.
Ooh, that just hits.
Okay, it's more of like an open backhand.
Okay.
I need you to make a DC 11 dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, okay. That is a 23.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Okay. She tries to sweep the leg again on this, but you catch it. You're good. You only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Oh,
I'm literally playing with my toys. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. And then so I kind of push myself back up, and I'm in my like fight pose. I'm like, all right, Celine, I'm not gonna tell you what's coming. Just get ready. And I'm gonna do the same as last time, just 2 quick strikes.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, 19 hits.
Okay. Why am I a monk?
Average monk experience.
6 damage.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So Geratos kind of is like moving around, and he does like a very fluid kind of like quick, like as he moves, he just kind of throws out a quick jab on her.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind
right in the
of
cheek.
right in the cheek. And then the second hit's coming. That's a nat 20.
Oh yeah. That will hit.
Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh lord. 13 damage.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So he kind of like
That's a watch.
he does like a little duck and weave with the jab. He hits her with the jab, and as she's like recovering, before she can like focus her eyes, the fist is already in motion.
She catches it, spins, does a full 360, falls down to one knee. I'm just gonna let you behind the curtain here. She's got 20 HP, and you've dealt 19 damage.
Let's go. Let's go.
She's not
calculated.
Done. She's not done. She is bleeding. She's like nose is busted.
Like as soon as the hit lands, Geratos kind of backs up. He realizes like, oh, I put too much force on that one. Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?
So she lands both of these because that was a natural 16 and a natural 19.
Okay. Okay.
So as you like step forward to see if she's okay, she does a spinning heel hook kick from the ground. That's cocked. That's gonna be 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and then as you catch that one, look down. She's already up on her feet. Hits you with an uppercut for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
So like I get knocked up, and I'm just kind of like rubbing my jaw, like oh, nice.
At this point, Diabolus is like very intently watching.
I kind of like look over at him, and I'm like, I think I might say this is a good place to stop. I think she's already proven herself quite nicely. I don't want to go too far. He kind of looks over, and the discomfort kind of grows in Geratos's eyes.
Blood from her nose. What do you do?
Right.
What do you do? She's about to go. If you do nothing.
I will grapple her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a contested check. So roll athletics.
Athletics. 21.
21. I need a 19 or higher. I rolled an 8. What do you do? Just like
okay, so yeah.
Choke?
So in order to just kind of end the fight, Geratos kind of looks at Celine and he's like, all right, I'm going to teach you something I've never shown you before. So get ready to learn. And he like runs at her. Well, if she like goes out to swing, he just kind of grabs her arm, jumps around, throws his legs around her neck, pulls her arm into an armbar, throws her on the ground, and locks her.
Absolutely sick jujitsu move. I will consider that the fight over.
Okay. Because
you could have just hit her. So you hit her with a flying armbar. She goes down. She like taps immediately.
And then I just kind of let her go.
Yeah.
And then just roll out of it. And then
just
back
like
up.
She just lays out on the ground.
He like
Diabolus.
I'm gonna really quickly move my camera to do a quick bit. So she's like on the ground, and then I'm like, "Well done, Selena. Well done."
Just directly in her face.
Oh man, you had me on the ropes there, girl. That hit actually kind of knocked me out for a second. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I look over at Diabolus like you're raising a fighter here, brother.
She like coughs, but because you're a monk, you fully dodge the blood that like flies out of her mouth in your direction.
I catch the blood.
Deflect missile. You throw it back.
You drop this.
No, cool. So you freaking mollywop. She is like laid out. Diabolus applauds. He goes, absolutely wonderful work, Geratos. Very happy with the results. If you wouldn't mind taking a walk with me.
Absolutely. I love walking. It's like my second favorite activity.
So she's prone on the ground. He just brings you back over behind the kind of counter.
Okay, I grab one of the, I grab
whipping something up.
I grab a carrot and just start like, do you mind?
Not at all. Help yourself.
Start eating the carrot.
I'm preparing as much food as I possibly can. We have an important ceremony tomorrow, you know.
Oh, I don't actually know. What's the ceremony?
Well, that's actually what I brought you over here to talk about, out of earshot of Celine. I'm quite impressed. She's come a long way. Her attitude remains a bit snarky, but her prowess has increased physically and spiritually, and I want to thank you for that. And I wanted to mention that I have a way that I would like for you to push her even further.
Absolutely, brother. You know, I love bringing out the absolute maximum potential in everyone I work with. And, you know, Celine's been such a great client so far. I've really enjoyed the time we spent together. Yeah, what do you need, brother?
I knew I could count on you, Geratos. Tomorrow is the annual Greymane Fishing Festival. Yes, named after me, of course. I started it, as I'm sure you've probably heard. But anyway, Celine competes every year. She does very, very well. So very well that I'm afraid she's grown a bit complacent. I want to see you out there tomorrow on a different vessel. I think if she sees you, it will inspire her to try and push harder than she normally does. And it's a mindset, you know?
Absolutely. As I always say, it's a mindset and a grind set. You got to be on both, brother.
That's right, Geratos. So, I wanted to perhaps line your pockets a bit more. I understand I'm asking you to do something outside of your standard purview here. So, perhaps an additional 25 gold is in it for you if you complete it, along with the winnings, which, of course, if you are on your own crew, 75 gold. So, the opportunity to make 100 gold here, friend.
That sounds like an excellent opportunity, my friend. I think I will have to take you up on that offer.
Fantastic. Shakes your hand. Very well. Well, Geratos, if you're all finished here, I can cut you loose. I have much preparation to do. Was there anything else you wanted to go over?
Oh no, not at all, brother. I just want to make sure that, tonight Celine does her daily meditations. I think I was sensing that maybe she's been skipping out a little bit on that. Just make sure she does the full hour, all right? And then
absolutely. The full hour.
And tomorrow, I'll see you out there on the water, brother.
I'll see you out there on the water. I'll be watching from the shore.
Absolutely.
Yes, in a very tall chair with my name on it. It's quite grand. Oh, yes, also, this came for you. And he presents you with a very small parcel.
Oh, excellent.
Courier dropped this
Thank
off
you.
at the house this morning. So.
Okay. Do I just kind of rip open the parcel?
Yeah, cool. You open it. You immediately recognize a little care package from your parents. It's got a couple wrapped muffins, and it's got a little bag with 10 gold in it, and it's got a handmade card that says, you can immediately recognize your mother's handwriting. It says, "Dinner on us. Go and keep showing the world why our special boy is number one."
Oh, mother, I love you. I can feel the love from here. I already know it. I just start eating one of the muffins.
Awesome. It's definitely like a raisin muffin. It's made with a protein extract rather than
absolutely.
wheat. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom would know. I'm
It's
all about that
so
way.
dense. It's so incredibly dense.
Yeah, so he would just kind of leave as he's eating.
Awesome. So as Geratos steps out of Greymane Manor, we will go ahead and switch over to our good friend Ethan. Why don't you go ahead and let us know who you're playing?
Hello, my name's Ethan. I'm going to be playing Noka, who is a Goliath cleric, nature cleric.
Perfect. And could you describe what your character looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I want to say I said Noka was 7 foot. He's got kind of a darkish gray complexion, which is more common for Goliath to the north.
Mm-hmm.
He's got intense blue eyes, generally more of a broad frame,
Heavy armor?
Yes. No. So medium armor. His signature outfit is he wears an adamantine half, which he inherited from his tribal leader, and it's kind of a piece of protection for him as well, a way to remember the legacy and the name.
Awesome. All right. Noka. Yes. Briefly. Sorry. Hey, I'm streaming.
There was a knock at the door.
Is a Noka at the door?
Yeah, that's good. I like that one.
That's okay.
Mhm,
Well, when he's back,
Gary, I
we'll
must
let
say,
him
I
know that
love your
he's got to
character
use that.
so much.
Okay.
Literally,
Thank you.
just amazing.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna kill that girl. So scared.
I did too. I thought I was gonna kill her.
Noka. You step forward onto a path that you are very familiar with. You have lived in Codsbreath for some time. How long did we say?
Noka's been settled in for 2 to 3 years now.
2 to 3 years now. And naturally, your dear grandmother is up in age a bit. Staying with her has been a blessing. It's good to see family. She keeps you busy, but you are taking care of her quite frequently. She hates the cannery and the Greymanes. So she only eats fresh catch from the forest around Codsbreath. And as a nature cleric, you understand the circle of life. Your familiarity with the trails around Codsbreath as well lead you to good game paths. It's down one of these game paths that you're following the tracks of what appears to be a large buck. Go ahead and make a perception or nature check for me.
Or, let's see here. It's really funny that I'm a nature cleric because nature is tied to intelligence, and my intelligence modifier is not a plus anything. It's a plus nothing. Which means that I think that you said perception was the other one.
You know what's crazy is that religion is also intelligence.
That is nuts.
That is nuts.
Yeah, or perception.
Way bit goofy.
Cool. Perception is wisdom, so we're doing that. And that's going to be an 18.
Okay.
Ooh.
Very good. You can hear the kind of rustling of bushes from about 200 feet in front of you and a bit off to the left of the path. You follow the broken underbrush along the trail, or off the trail, I should say, until you reach a faint clearing where you see the buck standing, head tilted up, ears twitching. It's listening for something. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
That's going to be at disadvantage.
Yes, it will.
Hang on, I need to roll a second one. So my second one was a 3, so that's going to be a 3.
Big 3. The armor is a little clanky, and just as you go to stand up, you're ready to, execute the buck. As you stand up to do so, your half plate clanks against your metal belt. The buck jerks its head up, startled, and immediately moves to prance off.
Another one.
Make another perception check.
That time, it's a 19.
19. You are not surprised. As you swear you hear the snap of a twig, just in time to whip your head around and see a brown bear come crashing through the forest in your direction. You're a nature cleric. Make an insight check? Or animal handling.
Okay, let's see here. They're both going to be the same. May as well do animal handling for flavor.
And Liam, if you could pull up the battle map, please.
That's 13.
13, definitely. This animal honestly looks terrified. The bear appears to be previously startled, and you are simply in the way right now. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Sure thing. 15.
15, nice. 7 for the bear. What would you like to do?
I guess this wasn't the meal that Noka had in mind, but it's the one that we're gonna have. So, Noka is going to use primal savagery and sort of summon the beast from within. You see a little bit of fur start to tinge his face, and his fingers become a little bit narrower and sharper and more claw-like, and he's just going to sprint straight towards the bear and just rip at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Not wonderful. That was a 6, so...
Big 6. Oh, hang on. Make it player permission so y'all can see the minis. 6. That was to hit?
Yes.
That will miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Brown Bear's turn. I will say, Noka himself knows that brown bears are pretty scary.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit you with a claw attack.
Okay.
Does a 7 hit?
No, it will not.
Nice.
Bite.
Okay.
Bite of 23.
That one will.
Okay. This is going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Cool. So Noka had no. Actually, he's just gonna go straight back into it with the primal savagery. He's taking a bite to the shoulder. He's enraged. Just gonna reach up and try to swipe around with a semi-clawed sort of. And I'm gonna roll terribly again. So that's another 6. So I'm
Another
not gonna hit.
6. Okay, it's gonna miss.
Yep.
Brown Bear's turn. We're gonna go for the claw. That's a 19.
That one. Wait. So AC ties do hit or don't?
AC ties do hit.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
So that is going to be only 4 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
but it does knock you prone.
Oh, no.
I see. That's not wonderful. I don't.
It's
love
now
it.
going to make its bite attack at advantage.
Dope. Swag.
That's another 19 at advantage.
Okay. It's awesome.
So that's going to be...
It's actually Noka's unluckiest day in the forest. Like on the inside, he's just like,
Oh, why did I come out here today of all days?
That is another 7 points of piercing damage.
swag. Okay, so
And at
Noka's
this
almost
point-
dead.
At this point, I will swing in as a dungeon master and say, check out your cleric features.
Yo, Pog. I should have thought about that.
When God taps you.
That's what this is what a prologue is for, baby. This is what it's all about.
It's for the dungeon master to kill you before you met the party.
This character needs to go.
Yeah. Me taking 13 points of damage in my first combat.
Sweet. Yeah, okay. Dope.
And it's your turn.
So, weak and bloodied and battered, Noka kind of stumbles away. He's able to create enough space to kind of reach within the straps on one of his belts, and his fingers fumble around a small unicorn figurine. It might not mean that much to anyone else, but Noka worships the goddess Maliki of the forest, and her symbol is the crest of the unicorn. Focusing on it intently and taking in his environment and the trees that surround him, Noka channels divinity to draw on the power of Maliki to charm the bear that is sitting in front of him. And the bear is going to have to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 12.
Wisdom saving throw DC 12. Strangely enough, the bear has a +1 modifier to wisdom saving throws.
Wise
It's a
bear.
wise bear.
Let's
The brown bear of the
see. Let's
forest knows all.
see.
Smart bear.
Oh, that's a 9. +1 is 10.
Wow, that was really close.
That's really close. The bear's charmed.
Sweet.
Let me see.
I'm trying to decide if the bear is weak enough that I can try to hit it while it's charmed, or if I
So
should
you
not
haven't
do
you
that.
haven't hit the bear yet,
No, I've not.
to be clear. Let's see.
God, everyone else's was so cool. Everyone else had such a cool intro.
This is the most D&D intro of all.
What is
You know,
cooler
The
than
symbol-
almost getting mauled by a bear, dude?
The
Yeah.
symbol comes out. Green energy pulsates from within your palm as the chain dangles down off the unicorn head, and the bear just kind of like suddenly has gone from like full swinging and biting to just kind of pacing back and forth in front of you now, occasionally grunting. Let's see.
Ooh, can I do something fun?
Yeah.
So this is more describing the flavor of what I'm about to do, and then I'll tell you what I'm
Mhm.
gonna do. Noko walks up to the bear that's calm, places his right hand on the bear's head,
Mhm.
and says a small prayer, going to cast inflict wounds. And what I'm trying to
Oof.
do is just stop the bear's heart.
All right.
A prayer for the bear. A prayer of
I
death.
will say roll with advantage to hit.
Man,
Okay.
meat tastes
You
good.
got
and
a
you
plus
die
4
fast.
Mhm.
melee spell attack.
So that first one was a 23,
That'll hit. See if you crit.
and the second one was a 22. So for 23
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
And then let me roll some damage.
3d10.
12.
12.
Yes.
Is
well,
that counting the
damage.
crit?
No, I didn't crit.
Oh,
I wish I did.
12 damage will not kill the bear.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Let me see how charm works real quick.
Yeah, charm is probably interrupted, and I probably am going to die now.
You ever seen that movie Remnant?
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, it is no longer charmed.
We cut from like a Cinderella story to the Revenant.
Let's see what happens to Ethan's character in the prologue.
I'm really scared right now.
I'm gonna roll the hit here.
Guys, I'm so excited to meet you next session with a new character.
I rolled really lucky for the bears so far.
I can't wait to meet your new character, Boko.
Your AC is 19.
Yes, it is.
First attack, 8.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank goodness.
Bite attack
Second
next.
attack. This is the bite.
27.
Two. Colin, it's gonna be 2.
9.
Okay.
He
Make
lives
it
another
count.
We stay winning. Come on.
Make it count.
Okay, so let's see here. Spells. I cast one first level spell. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Let's just cast Inflict Wounds again as a second level this time.
Okay.
day. Wait, upcasting?
Yes.
Upcasting.
I'm doing the same thing. My goal is the same. I'm not trying to
So,
eviscerate this bear. Or
You
anything
have
like
a feature called Stone's Endurance.
that. I
It
do.
allows
yes.
you to reduce the damage you take from a hit.
I didn't realize that. That was all the way at the bottom of the features page.
Once again, that's what prologues are for, baby girl. This is
Thank
is
you.
the tutorial.
Yep. Okay. Swag on him. Let me go ahead and roll for a hit. That one's only an 11.
11 is its AC. 11 hits.
Okay.
Not so bad when the ties go to the attacker now, is it?
Yeah. You know,
The
you're
shoe is
fully
on the other
correct.
foot, so to say.
You guys are rolling around. You are grappling this bear. Its talons have dug across your back and across your chest. You hit it with 1 inflict wounds, and you felt. What'd you roll?
21 on the second inflict wounds.
I think the
So
bear
that
just turns to
alone
dust.
would have very nearly one-shot it. It's got 22 hit points.
Let's go.
You
Maliki
felt its
didn't believe
heart-
me the first time. She wanted me to believe harder.
You felt its heart stutter. You saw it almost fall from the first one. But as it began fighting again and its blood began pumping, came at you again. At this point, it swings a claw. You roll underneath it, and your hand just clasps against the center of its chest. The bear is towered up on 2 feet, and there's a pulse of green energy from your fingertips that ripple across its chest like a stone dropped in water. It stumbles backwards, lets out one large bellow, and collapses on its back. You're probably
nature-
strong enough to haul this thing into town.
We thank nature for its providence. Maliki bless you.
And then Noka begins the process of gathering up this bear and deciding how he's gonna transform.
As you're like scratching your head looking down at it, you hear snarl come from deeper off in the woods, a clicking, kind of almost like a slow purr, like a very slow purr, a series of very deep resonant clicks. And there's kind of a whoosh of cold air. Go ahead and make a religion or nature check for me, either of the two.
Religion I actually have a proficiency in, so I can do that. It's only gonna be a 10 though.
10? It's a high enough. That's a first increment DC as far as I'm concerned. It's enough to tell you that the presence that you sense, it comes from the direction that this bear was running from. And it feels extraplanar, otherworldly.
Does
You
it feel
start
like it
hauling
would,
the-
does it feel like it would speak primordial?
It feels like, if anything, it would speak. You know, there's a shot. There's a chance. Because you don't know what it is. But in the instance that it doesn't, you just fought a bear fisticuffs style.
Right.
So, you know it's there, at the very least. Probably hold up wherever this bear's den was. The clicking is enough to get you building a sled for this carcass just a little bit faster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I mean it wasn't about to barge in there or anything. So yeah, we're toting the bear off, and we're keeping this location in mind.
All right. Here in the Codsbreath Wilderness, you drag the bear back towards town.
In his mind, Noka's going.
Tenna's gonna love this one.
You bring it back. To make a long story short, you get back to town with no issues, and you kind of drag your sled into just a slightly dilapidated. Actually, you probably wouldn't drag the carcass inside, but you drop the sled off out front, and you duck through the door of a slightly dilapidated kind of driftwood home. It's comfortable, like it's big enough. It's not tiny, but it's just old. You see what is kind of hunched and withered for Goliaths, a 6'3" elderly Goliath woman, hunched over, furiously scrubbing dishes, and a mid-teen kind of Goliath adolescent is sitting at the table, eating like a cold bowl of some kind of root and mash bowl, like a prepared supper. Your grandmother looks at you, Noka, and smiles warmly. You know, he was starting to wonder when you would be back. He wanted to help you skin the game.
It's funny. I was going to ask him to do that the first time he comes in. So
And he
I don't know why
jumps
he's
up and he
Russian now.
unsheaths
He's Russian
like
now.
No, that's good. They have a Siberian accent. I didn't do that for your grandmother, but I should have. He goes, jumps up, pulls out a big long carving knife, and he goes, "I'm ready."
all right, come on, Tenna.
Hang on. Come here. Tenna, go outside. Tenna leaves. You walk up to the counter and she goes, so, I know I've asked you this before, and it's not exactly a happy topic, but your plans. Your plans. What are your plans? You know, he's almost to the age now where keeping him here would feel more like a punishment than an opportunity.
I know, grandmother, I know. He needs something. Maybe it's an apprenticeship, maybe it's... I don't know yet. I'm trying. I'm trying to figure something out.
Okay. I just don't want to see you. You need to be gone before I die. Understand?
And I will take care of you. It's what I promised to the elders.
Just don't stake the rest of your life on keeping me warm. You have to go light your own fire.
Rest. Please, sit by the fire. Don't scrub the dishes.
And as you kind of fuss and pull her away from the sink, we will cut. Camera pans up and out of Codsbreath area entirely and darts miles and miles south to one of the larger establishments here in the country of Aramai on the southeastern border. A town called Arbolito. Frontier town, a little sandier and rockier than Codsbreath. But one of the first stops for a lot of the merchants transporting larger goods. A very prominent ferry town. And it is there that we find our good bard, Zelar. Zelar, if you wouldn't mind describing your character.
Yes, well, hello, I'm Alex, and I'm playing Zelar, the deep gnome bard who has been undergoing some rough times as of late. Was a famed traveling musician for many moons, ultimately losing said fame over going a little crazy in the public eye. He doesn't really like getting into it too much. But it's been a few decades since people have really been okay with him performing on stage, and I believe that comeback tour number 4 is going to be the one that puts him back on the world stage. And so I am a bard of whispers, who is wearing more leather than someone in their 200s should. I am wearing more silk than I can afford at this point. But ultimately, I am very eager to start this tour and rise back to where I was and beyond.
As you, Liam, if you could cut into the very first floor of that central building that you're looking at there for the combat map, pretty please. Currently, Zelar stands on a small stage in a seaside inn in Arbolito, playing to a crowd of about 8 people. Here at the Arbolito docks, there are a number of bars and taverns that the workers go to after close, some more prominent than others, but hey, this is where you got booked. Oh, hang on. Bing, bang, bang, bing, bang, bang. As you prepare to close your set, a gentleman approaches. He walks right up to the side of the stage. You don't immediately recognize him. Liam, check your elevation there. Your green bar. There you go. Oh, sorry. Stream delay throwing me off. Gentleman walks up to you. Make a perception check.
Will do. That'll be a 15.
15. You're about to smile and make some kind of introduction, and then you recognize the studded leathers he's wearing. He's here from one of your benefactors in a bit of a organized crime branch. A little family business here in Arbolito. But you know, they liked you. They backed you, helped you get booked, put on marketing for you. As you close your gig, you see the small crowd of people in front of you. A couple of them clap.
Thank you, thank you. I'm very sorry, sir. I'm afraid I can't take autographs at the moment. I have to charge for that.
All right. Go ahead and step outside with me for a moment, Zell. Let's have a smoke.
Oh, of course. And I'll do anything for a fan, naturally. Yes.
Right. I just want to make clear. You know what? Never mind. Let's go step outside and have a smoke. And as you follow him out to the edge of the docks, he's stood out there with one other gentleman who's already got a cigarette in hand as the white smoke mixes with the fog coming off the ocean as the sun begins to set. He pulls you out, pulls out a smoke, hands it to you. Lights it. Lights his own. Takes a long time to say anything. Just kind of draws, exhales. Probably ain't gonna be the first impression, but be the best first impression, I mean. But the boss ain't particularly pleased. Takes another drag. I mean, you started strong a long time ago, Zellar, and you held it down for a little bit, but I mean, how much did you make tonight?
Well, that's for the money people to figure out. I'm here to understand how to spread the art, right? And this is the start of the tour. And so if we just keep going around, eventually, this was what 8 people, and it goes from 8. It could be 10 next venue, maybe 12, and then it just keeps growing from there. This is a fresh start, and I think he'd understand, frankly, that you have to start from small roots to grow big trees.
So, I assume then that these small roots that are growing here are making you enough to pay off that 250 gold debt. I just want you to know, Zellar.
Yeah.
It's what I'm here for. And I was told not to take no for an answer.
Well, I'm not suggesting you take no for an answer. I would say maybe a delayed yes might be in order for us to get on the same page as one another. Because, I mean, frankly, eventually, we're not stopping at just 250. We're going to go bigger than that.
Right. So, I am not the money guy.
But nor am I.
I'm the kneecapper.
Honest living.
Drops the cigarette, stamps it out. How much are those silks worth? And he grabs your arm, your like upper arm.
Well, that's part of the moneymaker, I'm afraid.
Right. Speaking of moneymaker, we're gonna need to make some money off of you. You're coming with me, buddy. and he starts to kind of drag you off down the docks.
Oh, great. I believe I pull out to my adoring fans along the way. I thank you for the show. And if anyone knows anyone who wants to find me in town, just come and find me as soon as possible. Thank you.
Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Yeah, I am feeling like I'm cornered by a bear. That's a
Imagine being
13.
cornered by a bear. That'd be crazy.
That'd be wild.
What was your insight check?
13.
13. Okay,
Yeah.
that beats the first DC increment, which is enough for me to tell you that if you get to where these guys are going, you might die, and you should probably do something to get away.
I do have one thing I'd like to do.
Mhm.
We've been speaking for a while. I'd like to words of terror this fine man.
This you may do. Remind me what that feature does exactly. I've never played a
So
Whisper Bard.
once per short rest, I can speak to a humanoid for 1 minute
Mhm.
and cause it to become frightened of me. And I can do another creature. It will definitely be me. And if it fails the wisdom save, it will be frightened of me for 1 hour.
Okay, that's DC 13.
DC 13.
Okay. That's a 9. So what exactly do you say to make him afraid of you?
After I've yelled to the group quite courageously, I think,
Yes,
I would
yes.
then lean in and say, listen, lad, your goal was to make money for your boss, right? I don't think you're going to
Right.
make a dime if you take me into custody right now. And I need you to understand me clearly. Should I show up there, you, everyone you love, and everyone you've ever worked for will be gone, wiped away to dust. And I will keep performing another night.
Are you gonna wipe us away into dust?
Oh, if we work together, I'm a reasonable man.
I mean, you can. Wait, that's not his accent. I mean, you can actually do that.
I mean, do you want to test it right now?
Right.
This is a very substantial cigarette.
Doug. Doug, we should let him go. Why? The boss said. I know what the boss said. Look, I'll talk to the boss. Okay, you gotta trust me. You gotta trust me.
Listen, lads, you have the money in hand. Don't you worry. But I would say you should run.
Come on, and he grabs his friend Doug, and he hurries off. And Doug goes, what would Doug say? Doug is confused. Doug's gonna make an insight check.
I'm sure it's a really bad one.
Doug rolled a natural 2.
Let's go.
Doug goes, wow, he must have told you something that scared you awful good. I'm sure it was being scared of. And they hurry off down the side streets. You know that you have 1 hour before they come looking for you here in Arbolito again. And the docks are right there. As a matter of fact, it's already been you've already put on your show here.
Have I ever seen my payment?
The payment is technically all going to the mob.
Right.
But matter
So
of
I
fact,
owe you.
you would have gotten paid, and then they would have just taken the money from you. But they didn't get to take the money from you, so I'll say you got paid 25 gold.
I will take it and run. Please.
Okay. All right. You kind of toss the money bag in your hands nervously as you walk down the docks. You look from ship to ship, and there's only one that looks like it's transporting anything of actual size. Any other ship that you could hop on would probably be a pretty uncomfortable ride.
As good a place as any. Let's do it.
You step forward and you approach the ship captain, just a scruffy old human woman, salty. She's got like a little bit of an old lady mustache, dark tan skin, and a waterproof coat on. As the night's going down, she doesn't even look up at you. She goes, "What are you here for? Need a ride?"
Well, yes, milady. I would quite like a ride. That's something that you could offer.
She looks up at you, completely vacant eye cavity on the right, super saggy, just like her eyebrow itself almost just passes down over it entirely. He goes, long as you like, well, I mean, shit, I'm going all the way up the East Coast. We just got some stops along the way.
Oh, really?
Hey, just come along. I'll take, 5 gold for the first stop. How about that? And then she uncorks a little bottle, takes a big swig, recorks it. And then after that, we'll talk about it.
5 gold seems like a reasonable price to me. And where might we be going?
Oh, first stop, it's about a day's ride up the coast. A little, sweet little charming town called Codsbreath. Lots of nice folk there. I mean, eventually we're going up to the border city, the capital on the border of Sunken Star, different kingdom entirely. So if you're trying to see the world, our final destination should sing to you, my boy.
Well, milady, it sounds like we've got a little trek in front of us.
All right. Well, I mean, shit, I was gonna wait till morning, but I suppose we could leave now. I sailed through the night.
Maybe the next 55 minutes or so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any other passengers, so it's gonna be you and me for a nice trip up the coast.
And I'm very much so looking forward to that.
Me too, handsome. Me too. You climb trepidatiously aboard the vessel, and we will cut at that point. Luciva, the night grows late and thin. You feel weary as you approach the border of Codsbreath. You see a nice little walled town, tall tower kind of right in the center with a slightly taller tower just up the road from it. The shorter one is nice and well crafted and well designed. The other one is a bit square and a bit rudimentary. Lots of small huts and houses all around it. And as you wander into town, it doesn't take you very long for you to find a bed and breakfast.
Oh, manna from the heavens.
You walk up. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
I'm subpar at these. 14.
14. Where is... All right. There is... You said 14? All right. You head into the Codsworth B&B. You see a very elongated high elf gentleman standing behind the counter. Big pointy ears, platinum white hair, brushed like straight back. He almost looks like a crescent moon. As he begins to check you in. And we'll cut away from there, and we will go to Zellar. Your bones ache. Your joints are weary. It's been a full day aboard this tiny boat with this kind old captain. But you're quite eager to get off. Even as you are stepping wearily over the side of the ship onto the dock, her voice trails behind you. She attempts to keep up conversation. You wave it off, stumble up the dock, regaining your footing back on solid ground. You stumble into Codsbreath. She described a quaint, cute, neat little village, and you are looking at a salty, briny, swampy, green driftwood town. Don't get me wrong, there's infrastructure, but it smells, and you don't see anybody out on the streets. There's no nightlife whatsoever. But you are so desperate for a good night's rest that you stride off into town. It doesn't take you an incredibly long time to find the same bed and breakfast. Geratos, you've been staying at this B&B. You don't actually... Well, I don't know. This is for Geratos. Do you live in Codsbreath? Do you have a place? Do you have a house?
I'm currently renting a room out of the Airbnb. Me
Right,
and
okay.
what's the innkeep's name again?
The innkeeper is... Sorry, I tabbed off that. Forand.
Forand.
Forand. Forand.
Forand. Yeah. Me and Forand, we've got like a rapport built up because I've been here for an indiscriminate amount of time. However long I needed to be here in order for me to be training Celine. That's how long I've been here.
Cool. So you've been here for a couple of months.
Yeah.
You've been here for a couple of months.
I've just been living in one of the rooms. It's kind of like my place. I put a little poster on the wall, so it's like mine.
Hell yeah. Perfect. And so Geratos would come in off the road after this training session and just like give a hat tip to Forand, who waves at you as you walk past him up towards your room. Noka, you have sliced up the bear and you have salted the meat and you have it in your family's smoker right now to help preserve it. You've skinned it, tanned the leather. You head into town, leaving Tenna behind. Well, I suppose you're always in town, but you head to the B&B. You've been selling your goods to Forand for a little while. He buys the leathers off of you. He likes to make blankets and replace old ones. He could always do with animal goods.
And smoked bear stick. It's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good. Do you bring smoked bear with you?
I bring a little bit of like some dried smoked bear. Yeah,
Like a sample?
absolutely.
You have some... Okay. So, Luciva, Geratos. Geratos, you're like in the process of walking up the stairs. Zellar and Luciva are both checking in. Noka, as you walk up to Forand, all three of you smell smoked bear.
Has Geratos been in town? Like, I'm assuming Codsbreath is small, right? Has Geratos been in town long enough for Noka to have like encountered him before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Considering that this B&B would kind of be a common point of contact for both of you, I would say yes.
Yeah, let's just assume we've never exchanged words. Maybe you've
Right,
seen me
yeah.
you've seen me meditating, or I've seen you wandering in the woods sometimes.
No, I was gonna say Noka has fully seen Geratos from a distance and silently passed judgment.
Geratos isn't smart enough to pass judgment on people like that.
What does
His head
Geratos think of red meat?
Geratos would like a finely honed hunter's instincts. He would smell the presence of protein, and and he would just like immediately like, I smell bear.
Forand goes, "Oh, did you bring me samples?"
You know I have to bring samples for my best customer.
Oh, you're so kind, Noka. Thank you, gentle giant. And he takes a bite of one of your bear skewers, and he goes, delectable, delectable. Yes,
More where it came from.
yes. Dear clientele, I believe that I will have a new meal available for purchase. Smoked bear. We'll be putting it on the menu.
As soon as he says that, you hear rapidly approaching footsteps. Hello.
Hello, Jojo's.
Noka
friend
gives a
Lodge.
sheepish grin and wave.
Hi friend, hi. Did I just hear smoked bear is on the menu tonight?
Perhaps not tonight, as I'm still smoking it in the smoker. But I believe Ferran plans to purchase smoked bear, which would make it on the menu.
He's right, you know.
How much for a little skewer for a platter?
I have 2 more skewer. Would you like 1 skewer? Maybe you give me 1 gold?
I like Geratos, not even thinking, just pulls out 2 gold pieces and just like slams them down on the table, and like maintains eye contact with like looking up because again 5'6", looking
Right.
like straight up.
Noka nods, understandably, trying not to seem too excited as he passes the bear skewers over while taking the gold.
Let's see if I have something I can demonstrate this with on my table. So like Geratos takes the bear skewers and you just see he just deep toasts the whole thing and just
Sword
like pulls
swallows the skewer.
just like pulls off a clean stick off and just like hands it back to you. It's like, here, you can keep that. And he takes the second bear skewer and just puts it in his pack.
That was repulsive to watch.
Is he alright?
I don't think it could be. God's helping.
You are a
Kinda turn around.
strange man.
Very odd. Very odd.
Forehand
My
will
bummer.
give you 30 gold for the bear meat. And he will take it back. And you hear him call out, Saggy, I have new meat for you. And there's a pause, and you hear, all right. That's it.
I fully thought that was the name of a pet or something. I wasn't expecting a voice.
Me either.
Just the most nonchalant. Alright.
Drop it on the grill. All right. And at this point, you guys are all in the position to take a long rest, unless anybody wants to do anything else beforehand.
Oh, I will do something beforehand. I forgot. Part of Geratos' nightly routine. He's going to in the main lobby area of the inn. He's gonna set up his little easel. He's gonna put up his I know what it's called. It is called a. I don't know what it's called. I'm not
Thing
gonna
that
lie.
goes
to you.
on an easel. Are you
The
thinking
thing that
of a
goes on an
canvas?
easel. A canvas. Thank you. He's gonna put up his canvas. You can tell I paint. He's gonna put up his canvas. He's gonna pull out his painter's supplies, and he's gonna.
Of
He's gonna
course, he
kinda-
has painter's supplies.
Of course.
Is that
because
mechanical? Is that on his character sheet?
It is. It's on his
I love
character
you.
sheet.
You're great.
He's proficient. He's proficient in painting. It's part of his nightly routine. He has to make sure that his eyes and spirit are honed to his environment. He must be truly in the moment. And
You
the
said he's
only way
painting
to
down in the
truly,
lobby.
yeah, he's gonna paint the scene of the lobby. He's done this every night since he's moved in. He's painted whoever's in the lobby at that time. He's just sitting there dabbing on
Make
the
a
brush,
performance
painting.
check.
Performance. Okay. Let me pull up performance. Well,
I would
What?
theoretically also allow, because you are not inherently a charisma-based character, I would allow dexterity plus proficiency, since you have proficiency in painter supplies.
okay, yeah. So if I do Dex plus proficiency, I could roll that really quick.
So it's +5 to whatever you roll.
Yeah. So just do like a flat Dex roll.
Mhm.
Okay. 1 flat Dex roll +5. So that's a 9.
So that's a 9. Who are you painting?
Yeah. It was just gonna be like a general, like, not landscape, but like scene of just like what I'm seeing there in the bar at that time.
Okay, cool. So I'll say Luciva being actually Zellar is a no because of Goliath. Geratos is the only elf. Geratos gets the 4-hour rest. Everybody else is 8 hours, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why he paints.
Cool. Let's see. Okay. Zellar, you are just finishing up kind of downstairs, making sure that you have all of your things in order after getting off the boat, checking your bag. As you go and move to head upstairs, you see the beginning of a painting from Geratos, who is kind of seated. The stairs are right here. Geratos is just a bit over and behind them in kind of like the living quarters. So as you're going up the stairs, you take a glance. You can just see over your shoulder the canvas. You think it's you. You think so. If it is you, it's just like a bobblehead with black hair. Not great. But you see Geratos painting in the lobby. And at this point, everybody can go ahead and click the long rest button.
Man, roll a 9. He's got the art skills that I do in real life.
I'm going to run to the loo really quickly. I will be right back.
Blue break!
120 seconds.
Bleh.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I have done it. I've taken a long rest.
So
Oh,
we survived the first night.
We survived a whole bear attack.
I almost did not survive the bear attack, if I'm being very honest.
I just want to say I did not expect the bear to be more menacing than the mob.
Yeah,
that was a twist.
I will say, like, I was down to 5 HP. Like, had she gotten one more hit on me, I probably would have gone down.
After watching both of those encounters, I'm like, I am not engaging in combat if I can avoid it.
I'm like built for combat, kind of, and I'm like, damn, I got slapped.
Yeah, don't worry at all. I just fully did not read the character sheet of the character I made. So,
I need to figure out how to use this. I have a unique racial feature that only kicks in every time I long rest, so I gotta tell Zane this.
What is it?
So when Astral Elves long rest, you have access to what is called like the Astral. It's like the Astral Collective.
Mhm.
It's basically it's like the Matrix where they're teaching Neo how to do kung fu. I can just become proficient in a skill at night, and then I just gain proficiency bonus in whatever, but it's only one skill, and then at the next time I long rest, it resets.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That could be kind of wild.
Yeah, it's Astral Elf is kind of a weird little class, like weird little race. It's like that's like their one bonus, but it kind of makes it interesting because then you can kind of plan ahead if you know you're going to be more diplomatic. Like suddenly I'm good at charisma. Like suddenly I'm good at that. Yeah.
All right. Does everybody take a pardon me? Everybody takes a long rest. Everybody click the button.
Yes.
Okay. You all wake up to a sunny morning. A bit foggy outside, but as you stretch awake in your bed, you hear excited voices outside your window. There are crowds, throngs that have already swarmed the streets in anticipation for today's event. The legendary Codsbreath Annual Fishing Festival, hosted by the Greymane family. This festival has been in place for, I believe, 12 years. I'm double checking my document right now. 13 years. 7 years after the first sighting of large fauna, I believe, in the animals. Large creatures within the waters in the intercoastal channels around Codsbreath. You all make your way to the lobby, still fairly strangers, but at this point, you are kind of all there alone. There's nobody else in the lobby except for our boy Forehand. You all roughly enter the lobby at the same time. And I gotta ask, Jeratos, is your painting? Did you leave it down there?
Yeah, it needed to dry overnight, so I just
For
put
sure.
like I put a please don't touch with a smiley face sign, and then I like left it there when I went to sleep or went to trance.
Zellar, you kind of saw it as it was underway, but at this point, the three of you are downstairs. Jeratos is still doing his morning routine and his stretches and his spiritual alignment, his meditations and his mantras. You guys are able to look over the painting that we had a 9 performance on, and you all find yourselves in the painting questionably. As the three of you are kind of just generally looking over it again, still strangers brought together over the fact that you're all highlighted in this shitty painting. Jeratos, you make your way downstairs and you see these three strangers admiring your fantastic work.
I kind of
I
like
must
while
say-
still. Oh, go ahead.
I must say, the resemblance is uncanny.
I will be honest, I don't quite know which one of the grey ones is me and which one of the grey ones is Nelka, but I think they did a bang-up job regardless. I mean,
Very obviously, you are short one.
well, I mean, short one with big head. I mean, it could really be anybody.
Quite possible.
Right?
I don't think so.
You guys are gonna see like a guy no shirt on walking down the stairs, and he's gonna see you guys admiring his painting. He's gonna be like, "My brothers, do you enjoy the art before your eyes?"
Yes, of course. Marvelous piece of work.
I did my best to truly capture the moment we all shared last night, because moments are momentary. They only last for the time that we share it, and yet it's gone forever. But I thought I really should share this moment with all of you, and so I decided to capture your likeness and render it to the best of my abilities. I do think I caught your best features.
I do like my head. It's quite nice.
I must say, it is a very artistic design.
Yes.
I must say.
I
Any
agree,
attempt
and
to recreate the natural world in its beauty is remarkable. You've
Of
done an
course,
excellent job.
I thank you. And then you see Jeratos walks up to the painting and he kind of pulls off the canvas and just takes one look at it and goes, "I'm really proud of what I did here, I think." And then he walks over to the fireplace and just tosses it into the fire.
Yeah!
And then he just walks away from it as if nothing
Perfect,
happened.
Perfect.
In a
If,
way,
uh,
Noka really understands, and he kind of
Yeah.
nods his head like he gets it.
It's almost a true expression of art and the soul, and nature.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
I
and-
would have certainly done the same with my art, but that, yeah.
Forehand comes around the corner with a small plate of pastries that he sets on the counter. It's like 12 like croissants, complimentary breakfast for the bed and breakfast. And he goes, "Something smells like shit in here. It's smoky. Anyway, breakfast. Eat up. I assume you're participating in the competition today, yes? You all came in together last night."
Like
Oh,
a wild
absolutely.
animal, those pastries are going to be missing from Lucifer, who has not eaten.
Jeratos is kind of like a crazy person. He's kind of like doing his morning stretches, which is like him on one hand, kind of like moving, like kind of twisting himself while also eating a muffin. Like, absolutely, He's like, absolutely, I'm actually gonna be participating. His is like coming up. I'm gonna be participating, in the tournament today, as per request by Mr. Greymane himself.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And this is your esteemed crew, I assume. Salty sailors with years of experience on the water, yes?
Actually, I don't know these people, but they seem to have a good vibe about them.
I would lean over to Jeratos and go, what's the prize on this thing?
I kind of lean back. Well, I was promised 25 gold just for entering because I am a personal client. But I can tell you that if we do win, it's 100 gold pieces on top of the 25 I'm already getting.
Yes, a quite esteemed crew there's going to be traversing this festival.
We're just
Very
a
good.
bunch of jolly good sailors, and quite frankly, the competition should be scared.
I have not spent very much time on the water. I don't know what it's like. I've not been on many boats. However, I will try my best.
Well, good. Good. That's all we're asking for, really. The competition itself starts in about 2 hours. That's when the boats undock, at least. I'm sure you have your own vessel, yes?
It's on loan.
You should
Oh.
visit the boatswain then, perhaps. There's a gentleman by the name of Kamaka. No, it's a lady. Sorry, a gentlewoman by the name of Kamaka. Noka, I'm sure you know them. Goliath, the
Yes,
only other Goliath folk in town.
Gamaka's relatively distant cousin, but she was willing to help me relocate it when I needed it, so.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure she'll supply you with a ship then.
I think that she will probably charge.
I don't know.
I can discuss pricing with her. We don't have to worry about that. Thank you very much for your time. And of course, the comfortable beds upstairs.
There's good food and good games outside on the way down to the docks. You lot have fun. And if you win, don't forget the bed and breakfast you stayed at the night before.
Absolutely, Forand. And I must say, I've enjoyed my stay so far, and I do hope you've been doing those meditations I've been giving you, my friend.
Yes, the meditations, of course. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear, brother. I'm very happy for you in this journey you're about to go on yourself.
Do I need to insight to know that those meditations have not happened?
Nope. Nope. You don't.
Forand, you know I never forget you. You are my best client in this town.
Oh, Noka. I mean, you're pretty great.
I don't know who you are, but you charge a good price for your rooms, and you have great muffins.
I do it again. I'm Forand.
Thank you.
Now you
Mark.
know who I am.
I think this is like the 10th time we've said that name in the last 30 seconds.
So, yes. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. My job is to stand here. So I'll be here if you need me.
Thank you.
And Forand, you look so good standing there, my friend. Have a wonderful day.
It's the mantras. Thank you.
It's the mantras.
I think they're meditations.
Even the mantras.
I should just start giving people both meditations and mantras.
And you guys collectively, I assume, step out into the streets together.
Absolutely.
Still pretty much completely strangers. You look at each other and you realize that you don't even know the next person's name. Except for Noka, who Forand said several times.
And dear Noka, I fear that we have never properly introduced to each other, and I must say, I find that to be rather displeasing. May I first be the first to say that my name, I've forgotten. My name is Geratos Bowstrike. Of House Bowstrike. You may have heard of of our family's famous wood reserves.
I have not heard of it, no.
Well, that is disappointing to hear, but brother, I do not fault you for it.
I was neither pleased nor displeased with not meeting you. However, now I have met you, and so I know you.
And known we are together. And then he kind of turns to the rest of you. And who might I have the absolute pleasure of meeting on this side?
Like a shark in water, it just turned like. Well, it's absolutely charming to meet you. I'm Lucifer Primera.
Oh, Lucivel. I love that. That's a fantastic name.
Oh, I must say, Geratos, your attitude, just the spirituality that you have, I must say it's quite infectious.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I know that a hardened mind is just as important as a hardened body, and so my mind is as focused, tuned as my body as an instrument.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what about this one down there?
Me, like 4 foot even, looking up at this group where the short king was 5'6". Yeah, instrument body, all that. Yeah, I'm Zella. You may know me from some of my former work out.
I've
Are
not
any
heard of you.
Are any of you in your, like, 60s, let's say, or more?
I'm actually 157 years old, my dude.
Oh, so you might be familiar.
He's too young. No, he wouldn't know.
Oh my gosh, am I the youngest here? I'm 33.
It's a troubling number to hear. I am a musician, and I was here to perform until I heard that the real money in this town is, working the fish. What exactly are we doing here?
Well, I
Catching
suppose I should
fish?
fill you all in on this, as I am the client of. We should probably keep walking toward the boat Swain. As I'm
I imagine this is as we're walking.
yeah. I've been hired by Diabolus Greymane himself. Over the last few months, I've been training his daughter Celine in the ways of the mind and body, and I've been honing her body to be a perfect tool to defend herself, and also in order to engage in her daily needs.
I'm
And
sorry.
I think
What
it's
do you
been going
do
pretty
with?
well.
What do you
I
do
like to imagine
again?
Lucifer and Lucifer and Zelach went mind and body.
You see, we use one-on-one sessions, true privacy and intimacy, to really like hone in on what really needs to happen in her life. Those real action items, you know.
This sounds like innuendo.
I don't.
It doesn't sound very veiled. I'll be honest.
I think it's pretty
I
straightforward.
apologize, but what are you all implying instead of the martial prowess of battle that I am teaching her?
A battle.
Oh,
In a way,
This is
relationships
combat.
are a
You
battle.
teach combat.
Absolutely, combat. I'm teaching her in the ways of the martial fist and the astral
All
self.
right.
Yeah, that
We're
sounds
back.
problematic.
We're back. I mean, it's just in circles. Right here.
That sounds
I'm-
problematic.
I'm quite confused. What did my words lead you astray? Was there something I said that may have been misleading?
fishing. Can we talk about the fishing?
I think that's a
Absolutely.
lovely idea.
I agree,
Absolutely,
I agree.
friends. So Lucina, she is Celine. I apologize. Lucina is someone else. Celine, she is what would say the star fisher around here. As her mind and body have been honed, so too have her skills as a fisherman. And every year she's been known to win quite single-handedly this fishing competition. Her father quite graciously asked me to provide her with some additional competition this year. As iron sharpens iron, so too will we sharpen her fish with our fish.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And so I think once we get our boat swained, we can definitely get out there on the water and start fishing as a team, as a unit. And I think it'd be really good for us as a group and as individuals.
Certainly.
Well, I
a really
think this
long
seems
walk, doesn't it?
You guys are out front now. You guys can be-
This seems like a fun time. I think. You want to know what? I'm 100% in. This seems like a good time. Let's do it. Why not?
Luciva,
Let's get a boat.
I love your attitude, and I'm so here with you.
As long as it doesn't bore me, I think I'll be quite entertained.
And you guys head into the boatswain's hut. It's essentially a garage connected to their actual house. But you see there are bellows working, there's a forge. You see the Goliath woman standing behind the anvil. Her back is to you and she's currently hammering. It looks like she's kind of hammering out a very, very long, almost like a railroad spike. You just stand and watch for a moment. She's wearing like a white tank top that's stained yellow almost at this point. Big brown leather, and she's got these big goggles on as she's hammering and sparks are flying. She picks it up, cools it, tosses it in a bag with a bunch of others, turns around, tosses it on the anvil in front of you, walks up. Right. Hey, hello.
What's the boatswain's name again?
Kamaka.
Kamaka!
Brendanrad.
Kamaka and Noka. We are here.
Noka.
We are wondering if perhaps you have boat today for big competition. We get out on the water.
Noka, I have much boat. Always. I mean, I could make you boat if you want boat for you.
Mm.
However, here's the thing, cousin.
Yes,
Kamaka is very busy.
I know.
Always.
I understand that.
Nobody else in town wants to swing heavy hammer like Kamaka.
I know I don't want to do it either. It's very frustrating and tough. That's why I don't do it.
So here's what I will do for you, cousin. I give you two options. Okay? Who are your friends? Hello, friends.
We have it is Geratos. He has been in town for a little while. I talked to him now. I
I've seen
talked
you.
to him now.
I have seen you. Very pretty, man. Very pretty, man.
That is very kind of you to say. Thank you so much.
We have two new friends who I met the other night, and it is Zalar, the shorter one.
Yes.
And then we have Luciva, and he's very mysterious.
Okay.
You think so?
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, okay, friends, here's what I can do for you. I have many clients. Lots of people pay Kamaka to do good work. So, I can, like, skip some people, but you have to pay me more. Or, alternatively, you borrow Kamaka's boat. If you borrow Kamaka's boat, I only charge you 10 gold, family discount. And also, if you win with Kamaka's boat, you give me like 5 more gold and it look good for Kamaka, yeah? So that's 15 gold, or I can make you fresh boat, but that runs 25 gold.
Geratos, you are sponsor of this mission, yes? Perhaps you make financial decision.
I think I could definitely. If you know what, I like how generous this offer is, Kamaka. But if I could ask just a little more, perhaps if you would just throw in a little extra fishing gear for me and my boys here, and we can call that a 16 gold deal.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I bardic that?
Yeah, you can bardic that.
You got a bardic, D6.
Yippee! All right, let me do my persuasion. That's a nat 1 right there.
No.
Oof.
Well, you have that bardic for the next hour. Don't use it yet.
I won't use it
Kamaka
yet.
goes 17 gold deal. End deal.
Geratos' shoulders kind of slump a little bit. Just a little bit.
I give you good fishing gear.
All right, I'd say that is going to have to be a fair deal.
She reaches out to shake your hand. Her enormous Goliath hand wraps around yours. She's easily Noka's height. She's around 7 feet tall.
And then as she shakes, I'm just like,
She goes, okay, give me 5 minutes. I will have boat ready for you. She like walks through a door in the back. She's gone for a minute.
She doesn't open it. She walks through it. She's a Goliath. Just
let me inventory. Let me remove the gold.
Here, as
I
a
say
show of
we
kindness,
are-
I will put forward the 2 extra gold as a show of goodwill.
Thank you. So I'll forward the 15.
I think you only need the 10 for now.
Oh,
You
right,
only
the
need
10.
the
It's only if
10
we
for
win.
now. Yeah,
Mhm.
It's only if we win that we get the extra.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Sounds
Alright,
like
so,
we need to keep the gold where we can.
Yes.
The gold that the gold I made last night from my job, I just spent.
Yeah. It's an
She-
investment. It is an
Yeah.
investment into your future as well as to apparently your pupil's future. So
Absolutely, and I'm here for my pupil's maximum potential development. I want to bring out from within her everything that she's made of.
Noka just leans over to Zalar and he starts talking a little bit about like some discrimination. He's like, I say that Kamaka's my cousin. Really, we are not technically related. I don't even think we are from similar tribe. However, because we are similar peoples, many people here they make the assumption of relation, and it's quite frustrating.
Right. I mean, I get the whole you both being big as hell thing, but it's kind of just a little bit.
It feels a little
nasty
bigoted. Yes,
assumption.
it feels kind of gross.
No, I understand. People always assume that I might just be related to a Dwergar because we're both a little purple and underground, so it's like, still nasty.
You hear from the back, Oak, come help me with this.
You said
Oh.
who come help you with this?
Oak.
I'm sorry.
Oak.
Yes. Yes, Kamaka, I come. And then I barge into the back room and start helping.
The rest of
First
you
thing,
head
separate wall.
outside as Noka and Kamaka drag the vessel from kind of around the side of the garage. She had it out back. So you guys wait out in the street as they drag it out on like a little cart that she has. It's a pretty big rowboat. It's not a sailboat, but it's definitely got enough space for all of you. And if a couple strong people get behind the oars, it can definitely move fairly quickly. Or maybe one particularly strong individual. But either way, on the side, painted hastily in big white letters, it says, buy, sell, or fix Kamaka's General Wares. She just
Love
she's still got like the white can of paint in her other hand as they drag the boat around the side.
It's a great
Saleswoman
message.
always knows when to promote her business. Always.
Absolutely.
She goes, there are many people in town today from not in town usually. It's big festival, big chance to win money. People sail in, ride in, however, goes on for like full day. And then even then there's some festivities and food and drink after. So like people have fun. It's good. Great for town. Great for me.
Jeratos is gonna raise his hand and be like, Kamaka, really quick, can I see your brush really fast?
She hands you the brush.
I pull out my painter supplies and I pull out a layer of clear varnish. And I go, I just want to make sure that your odd isn't going to get washed off by the sea spray. And I like put a clear layer of varnish over top to protect the paint.
Noka.
Whoop.
It's a good friend. I like this one. He's my favorite. Why are you going out on boat? I never see you do this before.
Oh, well, you see, I'm currently in the employ of one Diabolus Greymane. I'm training his daughter Celine in the ways of martial prowess and also spiritual acumen. And so they asked me as a way to hone her training to join her on the water.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
afar.
Noka, why you go out on boat?
Well, I wake up in the bed and breakfast, and he say he go on boat, and I not do very much today, so I get on the boat also.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, Noka wants to pull aside Kamaka just like real quickly, like away from the group. Kamaka, I say something to you. Come here. You take care of Tenna and Shinar today. If something happened while I'm out on the water, I would appreciate. I know it is busy day for you. I don't want to ask you to go away, but I just eyes and ears, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I'd
Thank
be busy here, but I will check on her after.
Much appreciated.
And as you guys begin to like part off the boat, your grandmother actually comes hobbling down the street towards you, Noka.
Shinar, what do you do away from house? Why are you here?
Why are you out?
She has your brother. She has Tenna. She has Tenna with her. Tenna's kind of got her by the hand, and she goes, "Oh, there's excitement, so much excitement in town. He's just getting me all worked up." And Tenna goes, "Don't worry, Noka. I take her out for walk. We have good time, fresh air. We go pick up ingredients from next town. Bit of ride, but she fine. I have a friend with carriage."
Be very safe.
I be safe, Noka. Come on, she never get out. This will be good for her. Maybe she fuss less at both of us.
It's
One
true.
day. We'll be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I make sure
Okay.
she get good rest.
Be very safe. If you are not safe, then I will find you and make you even less safe.
Okay, big brother. I love you. He gives you big.
Love you too. I be on boat all day. You know how it is.
Why you be on boat? I never see you on boat.
I meet a stranger, and strangers say get on boat. And what am I doing today? You know?
Free day. Yes, makes sense. Have
We,
fun.
we catch bear yesterday. We have good food. What do I need day
Yes.
for? You know?
Maybe catch fish today.
Perhaps
Grandma hates
catch
fish.
fish today. I
Grandma.
think fish are for competition. I don't know how it works, what the terms of service are with the fish, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Okay.
I love
Bye.
when Noka gets asked why he's
You
on the
see
boat,
your
and Noka's just like,
grandma
it's
waves.
Thursday.
And you guys make your way down towards the dock with a boat in tow. I'll leave this up to you guys. There are a number of games along the way with small prizes. Or you could head straight down to the docks and wait for the competition to kick off.
Kind of games.
Alex, I saw you with your hand up as well.
Go, Alex.
So I wasn't going to ask about games. I was going to ask about a certain gray mane in a big chair.
Talking about Diabolus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's down by the docks. He's got like a big lifeguard chair, but it's like velvet lined and stuffed.
Okay.
Seems wealthy.
He's currently sipping on like a cocktail with a little umbrella sticking out of the top.
I would like to make my acquaintance.
Okay.
No.
You make your way on down to the docks. He's seated right next to the entry station where you can sign up.
Hello there. And just looking up at this already comically tall chair.
He's got some like opera binoculars that he like pulls down. He goes, "Oh, hello down there."
Right down here. Yep. I was wondering, I've been told that you were the ones that put this event together.
Yes. 13 years ago now. 13 good years of fresh catch and monster hunting. What good Codsbreath sailor. I know old Trenchfoot plans to have his way today. Are you on his crew, or will you be joining my dearest daughter this morning?
Well, me and Geratos are actually working together.
Oh, wonderful, then. He has found friends to assist in our
Yes,
endeavor.
yes, he has. I was just wondering. I heard there was festivities after the competition.
Yes, as well, yes.
Yes, and maybe you need someone to help live it up, maybe a musician of some kind.
Oh, you're a traveling actor, are you? Do you have an agent, or perhaps some way to showcase your talents beforehand?
Well, it's funny you say that, and I would pull out my pipes of the sewers. I will not be using a charge for this. I will not.
Okay. It's like, what is his plan?
Oh no!
But I will just use it as an instrument that I have proficiency in.
Okay.
To demonstrate my talents.
Do you have proficiency in performance?
I do.
Make a performance
I have
check.
expertise in performance, actually.
Ah, wonderful.
And so let's see this be in that one. Oh, it is a 25.
25. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, Zellar. You might be old and a bit washed up, but you absolutely put it down on those pipes, dude. So
You played like you were trying to win her back.
I have a love letter in my inventory. I definitely am.
Diabolus is like, yes, I do believe we could certainly. How would you feel about a spot tonight and tomorrow morning?
That sounds absolutely perfect. And what's the pay with that looking like?
I suppose I'm paying my other performers, the carnies, 15. That's for the day, but I suppose it's less intensive. Make a persuasion check.
All right. Let's see if I have to do anything special with it. That is a 22.
Yeah, a good performer is worth his salt for sure. I'll give you 25 gold for tonight, and 15 gold for tomorrow morning. Shorter set, less intense. It's just a brunch number, but total of 40 gold then for you.
Mr. Gray, man, you've got yourself a deal, and I go to shake the hand before I realize there's no way.
Stretches down, no shot. He's like, that's no worries. I'll see you tonight. Yes, I'll find you before the show. Yes.
Sounds good.
Wonderful. As far as the games themselves go, there is a team-based ring toss. There is a like cup shuffle gambling game. There is a blind pin the tail on the dragon eel. And then there is just a general target game and a test of strength as well.
Would you say that any of these games could be contingent upon using one's survival skills?
Using one's survival skills, I will say blindly pinning the tail on the dragon eel, maybe I would allow. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out why I would allow that. Hang on.
Because he would know
survival
the anatomy.
familiarizes you with the anatomy of a creature. Yeah. Sure, I'll allow it.
Fishing.
Okay.
Here we are fishing for the rolls, boys. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
Noka feels very drawn to the pin the tail on the dragon eel game, and decides he wants to go for it. What's the entry fee?
The entry fee is 1 silver, and if you win 2 silver.
Very fun. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Cool. Okay, so you drop a silver off, and the rest of you watch as Noka is blindfolded and spun around thrice. Now, normally this would be a perception check, but I will allow it to be a survival check, if that is better for you, Noka.
Yes. Yes, it is. Rolling. That is good. That's a 22.
Oh my! I need you to roll a d6 for me.
A D6.
Yes.
Sure. Hitting it. That's a 5.
5 with a attaining over a 20 survival check in that game. The only number that would have failed would have been a 1 on that d6. So you keep your bearings. You feel a wind on your face blowing from the same direction as it was before. You kind of adjust yourself, step forward, confidently pin the tail on the dragon eel. The moment of silence followed by gentle applause lets you know that you did quite a good job and are rewarded with 2 silver for having perfectly pinned the tail on the dragon eel.
Noka stands up proudly, both arms out, takes a grandiose bow, and then steps away.
There
Grabs his
are-
2 silver.
You do see a lot of new faces in the town, kind of in general, just strangers amidst the throngs. A lot of them. A lot of people from out of town are here today.
That's cool.
Does anybody else want to play any other games?
Yeah. Would any of these games require a sleight of hand?
I would say let me check the cup shuffle. That one is
Stealing your
Very-
wallets.
Very out of character for me.
Yeah, figured.
Sleight of hand would put us at the ring toss.
Okay.
I'll allow that.
Okay. Yeah, I think Geratos, seeing the opportunity to test his mettle, his physical prowess, would be unable to turn it down.
Okay. Let me see. As you guys approach the ring toss table, there is this cheery little chubby halfling, elderly gentleman, big red chin strap beard over like a gray and white striped, like pinstriped, puffy cap. Cherry blue eyes as you approach, and he goes, "Try your hand." Nope, that's not how he sounds. Try your hand. Just a simple toss and a good one will get you 3 silver. Entry fee's only 1. I'll do better than those chumps up the road, don't I?
Well, dear proprietor, that sounds like a fair bargain in my mind. And then Geratos just pulls out the 1 silver, just kind of hands it, like holds it out in front, and just kind of drops it off in the little receptacle.
Who's got the best arcana? Paige has just stepped away, and I believe it's probably Luciva.
I don't
think it's
know
probably-
why I chose a proficiency in Arcana, but I did, which means instead of
Oh.
a 0, it's a +2. So
+2. Okay. You want to make an arcana check? Luciva's
Yeah.
is only a
Big
+3.
+2.
So
okay, sure. I'll go ahead and give my +2 a try. That shakes out to 18.
18. As your friend goes to throw the ring, you catch that some of the like bottlenecks are very, very faintly either like dilating or contracting to become wider, to become more difficult to get the ring around. Not all of them, about half of them.
Okay, and the ones that are changing are static. Like he's not gonna like start changing different ones at different
No,
times?
they're static. Yeah, they're static.
Okay.
If you, with that check, if you inform, it's Geratos playing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you inform Geratos, there would have been an additional, like, it'll lower the DC essentially.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. So Noka walks up and gently rests his large Goliath hand on Geratos's back and says, "Listen, perhaps you aim for these ones over here." Trying not to be overheard by the game tender, but perhaps you aim for these ones over here and you get luckier. Hmm?
Geratos kind of like looks at the things, then looks up at him and goes,
So just to be clear, now, if you miss entirely, no points. You landed on the first row here, you get your 1 silver back. Second row will get you your 3 silver. All right. Now, if you can go even further than that, you can make a little more money. You get to the third row, you get yourself 5 silver, and if you make it in the back row, you get a whole gold piece. Yeah.
"All right, all right."
So
how many tosses do I get, my friend?
3. You get 3.
tosses. Well then, that sounds like a couple of fun tries. So like Geratos puts himself in the ready position. And he's like ready, he's
Alright.
aiming.
You can only win the silver once per row.
Oh, that gives me 3 chances to win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll start. He does Geratos goes for the first row since you can only win once per row.
So yeah, go ahead and so basically roll sleight of hand. We're gonna see
Yeah.
how well you throw.
You do still have a bardic that I don't think will last until.
That's a 20.
A 20 gets you to the back row, the very back row. So right now you have earned. He goes, whoa, oh jeez, all right, strong start, and you've
All
already
right.
won a gold piece. You can win now. You can't win another gold piece, but if you get into
Yeah.
the third row, you can win 5 silver.
Cool. All right, I'd say that's what we call beginner's luck. And he throws another one. And that's now an 11.
11 is the third row. You get 5 more silver, so you're at a gold and a half.
All right, gold and a half.
You're gonna take me out of house and home, partner.
And then this time Geratos again just maintains eye contact with the carny and then just goes, "Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3." That is a 13.
13 gets you to the third row again. So that keeps you. So you don't win for the third row again. So right now you're at a gold and a half. He goes,
Okay.
Your prize, gentlemen. Hands you a gold and a half, Geratos.
All right. I just kind of take it and just kind of, and I give the half gold to Oak to I can't remember names.
Noka.
I hand it up to Noka. I'm like, for the advice.
Thank you.
All right, and now I add 1 gold to my inventory.
Also, you can call me Oak. Many people call me Oak as a nickname.
All right, and you can just call me Jer.
Jer. Very nice, Jer.
All
All
right.
right. You guys make your way away from the ring toss stand. Anything else?
I'm just gonna go to the boat.
Okay.
I think it's time to get on the boat.
Okay, it's time to get on the
It's
boat.
boat
You
time,
guys
baby.
make your way down to the dock with Kamaka's boat in tow. As you approach the dock, you kind of saddle up and you take a look at your competition. There are a lot of boats out, probably 8 or 9 different boats that are going to be sailing the waters today with varying degrees of crew. There are some 2-man boats and there are some stationed with up to 7. Taking a glance, you see one of the largest vessels. You see the writing on the side says, "The Peerless." And on the deck of that vessel, Geratos, you see your client, Celine Greymane. Seated atop a barrel, she has hired 7 seaworthy individuals that are Oh, get an echo from Monsieur Gary.
Audio driver issue.
Oh, there we go. Say less.
Sorry, audio issue.
You're good. So yeah, Celine Greymane is aboard the Peerless, directing a crew that she appears to have hired. The other largest vessel, you see, there is a very colorful-looking halfling, and by colorful I mean very weathered skin, storied eyes, and a very rough, kind of aggressive expression. No shirt, no shoes, just overalls. And like a really ripped up burlap hat. You've heard his name once before around town, just briefly. This is Gordon Trenchfoot. You see on the side of his vessel, it says the Hooch Cruise. And his vessel itself is actually like a houseboat.
That guy's my hero.
He's got a crew of about 5 with him. And then aside from that, there are mostly strange faces on the water around you. People you don't recognize or don't know. You are preparing, getting everything in place, setting up your boat or your poles and your your fishing poles and your casting nets. And yeah, if there's anything you guys want to do before you hit the water, now would be the time. Anything preparatory?
Let me check.
Ready to jump on in. I don't know.
I would like to consult the group and be like, so should I go break any of their things? Do we need that? Oh, is that in bad taste?
If you were to sabotage any other crews, now is the time.
I'm not from here, so I'm asking the locals for your opinion.
So, I'm all for ruining somebody's day. But would it be in, how'd they say, poor taste for such a celebratory event where, we're ruining the competition? Pretty fast to get chased out of town without just a slap on the wrist. I don't care either way. I just think it'll be fun. So.
There are many things in nature which bring ruin. I do not personally believe that we have to invite ruin by our own hand. It will come in time.
Alright, so we pray for their destruction, don't cause it.
I'm sure we could ruin their day on the boat.
I like the sound of that too. I'll keep my hands clean. I won't do anything.
Yeah, same.
As the crews finish preparing their vessels, Diabolus stands up on his very, very tall chair with a little bullhorn that he holds in front of his mouth. Also on like a long handle, like his opera binoculars, so he doesn't have to like gesture and hold his fist. He just kind of keeps it at his side and the bullhorn is up in front of his mouth. He goes, "Welcome, one and all, to the annual Greymane fishing event. Of course, you all know why you're here, because you are the best fishermen around, and you want to be compensated adequately for your skill. I am here as a fish proprietor to ensure that happens. I shall clarify now some ground rules. Please, don't kill any of your competitors. I'll have to disqualify you if you do that. And then also you'll be in trouble legally. And I'll just give the money to second place, even if you were to win. Anyway, don't do that. The winner is judged by weight of fish aboard the vessel. If your vessel gets too heavy, don't be afraid to come back to the shore to offload your catch and continue. And lastly, the most interesting part. For those of you who have lived here for some time or have participated before, you might know the true reason we hold these festivals. And he puts his hand on his chest. to commemorate those brave sailors that we lost 20 years ago, and in the years following, when we discovered the pests in our waters, and the liquidity of their insides for cash.
Yeah,
The
Snoka
dragon
thought
e-
it was about making money.
The dragon eels that patrol our harbor are nothing but a danger to the civilians and fishermen of Codsbreath. As such, if you catch and kill a dragon eel, you will win this competition. Now, of course, there's more than one dragon eel out there. So let's say you and a competitor both catch a dragon eel. Well, then it's whoever catches the most fish after that. But point is, if you see one, chase it down. If you want that 100 gold, you better work for it. Sailors, you'd better work. Sailors, sailors, prepare your vessels. As you are all kind of manning the oars, getting your nets ready, Celine looks across, and Geratos, you make eye contact with her, and she kind of like tilts her head, slightly confused. And all of a sudden, there is a great commotion of oars in the water and splashing and shouting as a small fleet of fishing vessels departs from the harbor and out into the swampy inner coastals. Gang, if you're looking for fish, I'll take a survival check or perception.
Heck yeah.
Ooh.
I'm so looking
I'll-
for fish right now. It's not even
I'll,
fun.
I'll do perception.
I'll
And
do
for
mm.
because I think
that's a
some of you
19.
were nice, because I think some of you were asking. Immediately there are fishermen who are trying to like push other fishers off their boats with their oars. People are ramming vessels. There is
Jeez.
it's dirty play. There's no
Dirty
killing,
play.
but it is win by whatever means.
19 on the survival check to check for fish.
Okay?
That's two
And
19s.
a 19 perception. What do we got from our other dogs? I think everybody rolled, right?
a fatty 8. Solid 8.
Ooh, fatty 8. I love that.
I had a 15.
15. Okay. So that's 3 successes at
Oh.
the second increment. You guys are able to pull ahead of the other vessels. And on a hunch, you follow the Hooch Cruise as Gordon Trenchfoot barrels on away from the kind of main congregation of fishermen down a very, very leafy, very branchy, like side channel. You find yourselves, as you kind of follow behind, having to push sticks and branches out of the way. And keeping a distance from him, you follow him to like a smaller separated estuary. From there, he spots you and just kind of watches you as his crew begins to haul up fish. That was a lot of checks, so I'm debating whether to have you roll again to catch, because you found the fish.
Can
Yeah.
Or sleight of hand.
What's
checks.
Can I cast speak with animals to talk to the fish?
Yes, you can do that.
Aquaman, go!
So you guys haul up your first catch. It's a decent catch, several pounds of fish. They're probably like a good 10 pounds of fish.
Can you really quickly narrate what the fish are screaming to Oak as we're pulling them out of the water?
Water! Air! I can't breathe!
Brothers, this is a great haul.
Help! Help! My daughter is down there!
Oh,
Is it going to
fellas,
seem
look,
like
that,
that?
fellas, look, that one's flopping around on the deck. Isn't that so cool?
It's the
Grabs-
memories of the
grabs
beach when
it.
I was laid. Is this it?
Grabs the fish and then just like smacks its head on the boards. Just
It's dead. Instantly dead.
All right. This is going well.
So Naka, you're obviously the only one who hears any of that. And you're immediately traumatized.
I don't know why I asked for this.
That's
So
gonna
I
be a
do
1,000
know
yard
why.
stare.
I wanted to interrogate a fish, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're just gonna be focused on dying.
I mean, that depends on how you interrogate the fish.
Okay, so this is gonna sound really weird, but one of the fish that are out on the deck, I grab it and I jump over the side of the boat with one arm still on the boat, and I'm underwater with the fish, so the fish can breathe, right?
The fish gets submerged and it goes.
Calm down, calm down. I need to ask you a question.
Will you free me if I answer?
Yes.
You promise?
Where is the biggest, scariest fish you know?
Oh, there's a few of them, but you're headed in the right direction. There's one in another estuary connected to this one. If you just keep going straight from the way you came in, you'll cross in. You have to look for it though. But I had a friend of mine who was telling me about one of those big monsters that beached itself in the ruins of some old hut further up the channel. Go north for an amount of time, and then you're gonna take your first left and carry on straight for a while. It'll take you to the second inlet.
That sounds good. Thank you, my friend. And then I let him go. I pull myself back up onto the deck of the boat with relative ease. And then I get back up and I said, so I have good news about the fish. There is another inlet we are approaching. Perhaps there is large catch there that others will not have. And if we go even further past that, then on the left, there's second inlet, and there is a beached monster, perhaps? Although fish is relatively small, monster might not be of monstrous size, maybe of monstrous size compared to fish, but it's worth investigation.
I think that's a great idea. I think we should do that.
I think we go to the beach.
All
Well,
right.
are we done over here?
I believe we have our catch.
We're gonna keep moving. As we pass the other vessel, I would like to attempt to prestidigitation what I roughly think the dragon eel sounds like, and then
Nice.
start acting as if we're terrified and sailing away at full speed to get away from it.
Make a history check.
Can I assist because I have a +2?
You can definitely assist.
So is that with advantage then?
Yes, that's with advantage.
Okay. Let's see what we
With
get on
Oaken
that.
assisting, it actually drops that DC a good amount because he lives here.
That's a 19.
19 will do it.
19 on the
definitely.
die.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so you have kind of read about it, and then Oaken is able to, or Noka is able to reinforce, like, it's like, no, a little more like this, or a little more like this. And you successfully prestidigitation, a pretty convincing dragon eel screeching. It's like a stopping and starting screeching sound.
And then we row away as fast as we can.
And then you row away as fast as you can. You actually, following that fish's instructions, turn back the way that you came and head back down the channel in the other direction. Trenchfoot, you hear him hollering and swishing his hat around, and he goes, "There must be." Hoping I'm not clipping on my mic.
Yeah,
here.
your noise is
Definitely
clipping a
Makes
little
it
bit.
funnier.
It's okay. He couldn't
Sorry,
be
I'll bring
heard
my-
over the dragon eel. That's
It
definitely
makes
there.
it funnier.
Right.
Bring my gain down a bit. But yeah. Anyway, Trenchfoot and his crew take off towards the commotion. You guys head back out. You pass by several crews that are hauling up catches of fish. I'll take another survival check
Sure.
for fishing.
Can I?
Just survival
That's
or
a
also sleight of
for
hand?
19.
I will say this is to find the fish.
Oh, okay, I'll
You
do
wanna-
survival.
You want to
then.
make a sleight of hand? Maybe you can pull more up in a single. pull.
Soft 20.
19 soft 20 is that soft 20 also.
I'll roll a survival and then a sleight of hand.
For the survival, I've got a 14.
Okay.
survival, I have a 16. And then my sleight of hand roll. That's a 17.
Yeah, you guys pull up a very decent catch on the way in. You get like a solid 20 pounds of fish on the way over. So you're at 30 pounds right now. Decent.
Nice.
As you follow the fish's instructions, Liam, if we could please get the combat screen up.
They have a combat screen ready.
Oh, no. We're not doing. We're
The
going
letter
to
bo-
see a beach.
Listen, we've already said we weren't doing combat this session. I mean,
Yeah, I
one
don't remember any
bear
combat happening.
and a privileged child later.
A bear swimming in the ocean comes up and no.
the bear comes back.
And Noka screams, "Curse you, white whale!"
Holy Grail, white man.
All right.
Whoa.
So you guys are the rowboat. As you enter into the estuary, you find yourselves actually on the tail of Celine Greymane herself. As the Peerless is sailing into the estuary in front of you. There are no people on the boats, by the way. This is just markers because they're not big enough for me to fit all the minis on. But I will add minis as it becomes relevant. Coming up on the tail of the Peerless, Celine turns around, sees you guys following her into the estuary, and she goes, "Couldn't find enough yourself, Geratos."
This is what she sees. Celine, so good to see you.
Floating by.
Floating by. So good to see you. I see you also follow the advice of our fish friends.
She looks over to the druid that she has on board who is actively holding a lobster. She goes,
What does the crustacean say?
"Father will be quite upset once he hears that you poached my dragon eel."
Poached. Dear Celine, what have I'm so disappointed to hear that our lessons have not set in. What have I told you about cooperation and collaboration? It is the astral way.
As the boats kind of diverge, coming up on the ruined hut, you see... Oh, Liam, could I please get track number 3?
DJ, lay down that sick beat.
As we are going to take general initiative checks here. I'm going to roll one for Celine's vessel. Now I must ask, who is captaining your boat?
Oh, it's Geratos, I feel like, for sure, with the...
I
We look at
guess.
sleight of hands for that.
I got many hands, and they're quite slighted.
Many hands, and they're quite slighted.
Because I probably am better used being able to not have to steer the vessel.
Yeah.
And I am a melee class.
That's fair.
So,
I
I've
have to
got
be
some stuff I could do.
I have to be standing next to someone to punch them, and there is nowhere to stand for me here, brother.
Sorry.
Oh, good. Take your time.
As soon as Ethan gets back, actually, Gary, if you want to just roll initiative for your vessel right now, I'm going to roll for Celine.
Yeah. Is it just based on my personal
I
initiative?
rolled a natural 1. Yes, it is based on your personal initiative.
I also rolled a natural 1.
You're kidding me. What's your initiative modifier?
+3.
Okay, you
So
win.
I got a 4.
You win. She's got a 3. You win.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone can see it in chat. I rolled a 1.
I saw.
Everyone can see it.
Oh, I
I
saw.
was literally like, oh, we're set, we're goated. And I rolled a natural. I was like,
I was like, as long as it's not a one, and it's a.
I'm so good at rolling ones. I've rolled 2 already.
You gotta take it from me.
take a Portent Wizard, take a Divinity Wizard, and then that rolling once is going to be the good thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So true.
So your vessel moves first. I will say you see on the map what you see in the water there. Liam, if you could zoom in on the hut, the ruins of the hut for me. Oh yeah, Shoddy.
Oh, yeah.
There
Oh, I see.
There
shoot.
is a writhing beast of immense size whose body appears to be trapped within the wooden siding of the hut itself. How long does Speak with Animals last?
Speak with animals lasts for hang on a second.
A minute or an hour?
I think I'm pretty sure it was 60 seconds. Yeah, I think it's a minute.
I could have sworn Speak with Animals lasts until a long rest, or I could be misremembering.
Duration 24 hours. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
No,
Yeah, I was
no,
gonna say-
no. I'm looking at
Duration is
animal
10 minutes
friendship. Animal
on
friendship.
Speak with
is what-
Animals.
Yeah, 10 minutes on Speak with Animals. Yeah.
10 minutes on Speak with Animals. Okay.
It took us more than 10 minutes to get there, didn't it? Or was it fast?
I mean, go ahead
think
and
we
make an
really
athletics
looked
check
it.
for me, Noka.
How hard was I rowing the boat?
Yeah, yeah.
Do it up.
Oh my gosh, that's a 9. It's not as bad. I thought it was a 1. I was
A
looking at it
9?
wrong.
A 9 will be a failure, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm not hearing what this gigantic thing.
Sadly, no. But it is writhing and screeching in the water in front of you. What do you guys do? Celine is on your right. The dragon eel is in front of you. You both have a good amount of catch in your ships. What's the plan?
Are we moving with initiative, or are we just able to kind of work with boats initiative?
You can, you guys can, yeah, you guys are all kind of going on the same turn if you want
Okay.
to roll general initiative so we can keep track. But
Let's do
yeah,
that.
I'm going to have the boats act independently.
Okay.
Just that way we know who's going first.
Yeah, just roll for your own
Yeah.
order.
Okay, I'll roll one more then. Okay, 13.
13.
Mine's a 10.
What did Luciva get?
7.
7.
7.
7.
And then Gary, what'd you get?
13.
Oh, you told me that. Sorry. Noko, what'd you get?
10.
10? Okay. All right. Jeritos is up first.
Okay. I guess I will have to pilot the boat as close to I guess like get closer to the eel.
Well, you have 30 feet. That'll get you here unless you want to take your action. You can use your action to make the ship dash. Any of you could.
Cuz
We
I
could
can-
book it. I have a thing I can do if we stay in range.
I have a thing. I was hoping to get within 10 feet this turn because I have a thing I can do if I'm within 10 feet that I think would be pretty sick.
Can we get within 10 feet on your turn, or would you have to wait till next?
Let me see. 12 tiles. 12 tiles would get you within 10 feet, but that is your action.
So you wouldn't be able to do it anyways until your next.
Yeah.
You can hold your action if you want. You could take the movements, you could take the boat's movement, hold your action. Somebody else could use their action to dash, in theory.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll stay out of it.
Okay. I mean,
I
if
think
we're
that would
willing,
work.
okay. If we're willing to do that, I think I can push us closer.
Okay. So
All
you're
right,
going to go
let's do
30
that.
feet?
Yeah. Let's. I won't use my dash, but I'll hold my action.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And what action are you holding?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to talk it through. I have in my bag right now a rope of climbing. My goal was I can issue a magic command to the rope to tie itself around whatever I see within. It can only travel
gosh.
10 feet a turn. So my goal was to get it within 10 feet. So on the same turn, I could have it tie itself to the eel, tie the other end of the rope to the front of our boat, so that we are now towed line to the eel in case it does break free.
I played Assassin's Creed 4. I know what's up.
Okay.
I go
cool.
fishing. I used to go shark fishing. This is something I learned to do when I was a kid.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Zellar, you are up.
I would like to use my pipes of the sewers,
Yes.
particularly to target the rats that likely on their ship.
Okay.
Are there rats on their ship?
I mean, I'm pretty confident we're in a pretty rat-infested place. It's at least worth the
The
try.
name of the town's called Codsbreath. There's
Every-
no rats.
Every ship has at least a few rats.
We actually have one rat of our own.
His name's Timmy.
His name is
Timmy.
Pieter.
Peter.
Pieter.
Okay, so you're burning a charge on your pipes,
I burned a charge.
and what exactly happens?
So, okay, I played the pipes as an action, and then I used a bonus action to expend one of the charges, which is supposed to call forth one swarm of rats that are, as long as they're within a half-mile radius, and there's enough rats to make a swarm, it happens. And they will listen to my commands, should it form.
There is now a swarm of rats on the deck of the Peerless.
And I will immediately tell them to fight the captain.
Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, so the rats are attacking Celine. Okay. Okay.
Celine!
She immediately screams as she is swarmed by black rats.
Nice.
And go ahead and roll for the rats.
Yeah, so they have more than half HP, so that's going to be just a +2 to hit, or we'll see what happens. So that's going to be a 14 to hit.
A 14 hits.
Okay, so that's 2d6 piercing. That's better than I thought rats would do. Let's see.
Holy shit.
So that's 10. 10
Okay.
piercing.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Awesome. She's being attacked by a swarm of rats. Awesome.
Love that.
Okay.
And I burned all my stuff.
That brings us to Nopa's turn.
Interesting. So we would say that we're closer right now to the Dragon Eel than the Peerless is.
Yeah, definitely. You can see it on the battle map if Liam moves it a touch to the right. There we go. There's the Peerless.
Sweet. Noka is going to try to cast Animal Friendship and charm the dragon so that we have an
Okay.
easier time capturing.
All right.
It's going to be a DC of 12 Wisdom for the dragon eel to resist charm.
So you learn something interesting about a dragon eel in this moment.
Oh no.
They're resistant to charm?
They're not resistant to charm.
They're immune.
They are exceptionally smart.
Oh.
If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Now, I'll give you this. I'll give you like a moment. You sense a greater than human intelligence behind the eyes of this beast as it looks at you. As there's a moment where the communication gap is bridged. You're not talking to it necessarily, but it senses you, it sees you. And then that moment is over. But you can see there's a lot behind this creature's eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I guess Noko would be like, this creature, it's very smart. Perhaps I would try to talk to it?
And that brings us to Lucifa's turn.
Lucifa's going to go ahead and burn their action to actually have us dash the rest of the
Okay.
way, so that way the held action for Geratos could be done.
Yes.
but if possible, I'd like to use maybe my bonus action to, because if Oak's showing that the creature's got some kind of intelligence, squirming around. Is there some kind of history or religion check I can make to see if there's some kind of history with these creatures, their intellect, and maybe they're not supposedly hostile as we're being told, or
Make a history check.
This natural one's gonna be so sick. That is an 8.
8. I'll give you this. That's technically a fail, but I'll give you this. It is an interesting thought. I mean, there are definitely times that sailors have been killed by dragon eels. You know that to be true. The question is not necessarily if they're being hostile, but with a creature that's this intelligent, it's why are they being hostile?
Right. And I'll just turn to Oak. I'm like, maybe try to talk to it. Right. You'll call. That'll be my turn.
And the rope animates, flies off the front of the vessel, wraps around the dragon eel. Did it have to make a save?
No, there is no save associated with it. It's limited by, it can only move up to, let me pull up the item really quick. It is limited by, it can only do 10 feet of movement a turn. So if they just take like 5 feet back every turn, they can't reach them.
Sick.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny item.
Yeah, this is awesome. Okay. Yeah, okay. The rope wraps around the dragon eel. And that's everything. And that brings us to Celine's ship's turn. Celine is going to start violently flailing and trying to punch and kick the rats to death. As one does, normally.
I would.
That's a miss. What's the AC on this?
That's a 10 on, yeah.
Miss. Hit. For the bonus action unarmed strike. They take... Doesn't count, it was out of the thing. They take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. As she
Rats are chilling.
pounds some rats with her fist, I guess.
Jeratos just kind of looks on with pride because he sees her form is really good.
Let's see. The druid on their ship will cast... I got you. We'll cast Gust of Wind. Let's see. I need all of you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, good. Oh, goody.
That's a 17.
20.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, both of those succeed.
Hell yeah.
The ship is also going to move 30 feet up.
It's a respectable 11.
Mine was a respectable 7, so I'm doing great.
11 and 7 will both fail. And you both are knocked clean over the side of the ship.
Oh no! Are they gonna land
in
on
the
that
water?
little...
In the water,
Okay.
immediately next to the dragon eel. Who failed? That was Zellar and Luciva.
No, I've succeeded.
No, it's Noka.
No guns alarm.
Zellar and Noka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you both are knocked clean into the water. Can you see yourselves? Yes, they're there. Cool. All right. One of the other crew members will use their action to dash up here. Get the ship up close. And the remaining 2 will use their action to jump off. One of them is going to try to grapple the dragon eel like a Florida man grapples an alligator.
Nice.
Contested checks. That's low for the dragon eel, although it's very strong. And
Can I make a
it's the
request
same
that
roll
the cameraman
for the-
gets a little closer in on the action?
It's the same roll for her other crewmate. So the dragon eel is not grappled.
Nice.
The final crewmate will use his action to undo the rope. So you can use your action again to have it magically refasten, but
Let me
he
just double.
pulls it
Let me
off.
just double check really quick because it does actually have hit points. So he might actually need to kill it to actually undo
Let me
it.
see. Okay. If the rope drops to 0 hit points, it's destroyed. I think that I can, because I didn't have to make any kind of check for it to wrap around the fish.
Yeah.
And fasten itself securely. I'll have him make a sleight of hand check to try to unfasten.
Okay.
A natural 1. He gets it tighter.
Let's go.
He pulls the wrong
Makes
end
it
of the knot.
tighter?
Yeah, he
Let's
makes it
go.
tighter. So
That's
not only is the dragon eel not grappled, the rope is not undone, and that's everybody on her ship's turn. They were gonna do a lot that round and failed at most of it. Okay. Jeratos, you are up.
All right. I guess if it hasn't already been done, I commanded the rope to tie itself to our boat, so both ends should be tied down.
Yes, both ends are tied down.
All right, sick. I kind of look up at Lucina's boat, and then I go, all right, guys, if you've got this handled, I see a little adventure waiting for me. And I'm going to leap from our boat to their boat.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
So that's what,
Absolutely.
athletics or acrobatics? What is that?
They're immediately next to each other with the way that it was pulled up. I won't even require a roll here.
Okay, cool.
Not yet, because it's like a 5-foot gap.
Cool.
You jump it, land on the ship. There are 2 people have jumped off the ship and are in the water with the dragon eel. Celine is fighting off a bunch of rats. There's a druid, and then there's one guy who's on the helm, steering it and moving it with his action.
Perfect. Jeratos kind of lands and kind of rocks the boat a little bit. And then when he gets his footing back, he looks over at Celine and says, Celine, I'm so happy to see that you've been taking my lessons to heart. I think it's time for a little bonus lesson. And then just squares up and then runs full force toward the druid.
Awesome. Okay, so you charge the druid on the bow of the ship, hands up.
I'm
Okay.
going to show you why they call me Bow Strike.
Ooh. The druid
Alright.
he's just got like a staff in hand. He's caught off guard as you charge him down.
Yeah, so I'm going to do, where is my abilities? Perfect. Skills. No, I need my actions.
He throws the lobster at you. Actually, we'll wait.
Oh, wait.
Because you might be able to deflect that with a reaction.
I might be able to. Yeah, so I will just go ahead and I don't have my spear equipped. I did unequip that, so I don't have that. So I will just hit him with a quick unarmed strike.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I used my bonus action to leap, so I can't flurry of blows. So yeah, I'll just do an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
18 hits.
All right. I'll roll my damage. That is 8 damage, unarmed,
Okay.
bludgeoning.
Nice. You absolutely rock him in the jaw. He stumbles for a
punch him
moment.
right in the jaw.
Just absolutely stunned. He's still up.
Oh, and I forgot to mention this little thing. Jeratos smiles the entire time he fights. So anytime he's fighting, there's a big smile on his face. Yeah, and that's my turn. That's both action and bonus action.
What did you use your action for?
The unarmed strike. I use that as my main action because I use my bonus action as a what's it called? As a leap.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to make a bonus action for that.
Oh, easy. Then I'm gonna activate Arms of the
'Cause it's
Astral
close.
Self.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate Arms of the Astral Self. I'm gonna use a focus point. So what they see is after I land a strike, I take a really deep breath, clap my hands together, and then they see an after image of my arms sort of form around as I spin in a circle, and then two very large fists that are almost look like they're made of wood, kind of form around behind my body. And then as this happens, an explosion of energy goes outward. And let me really quickly, I need to read this one more time. When I summon it, I expend a point.
Yeah, it does do damage.
Each creature of my choice that I see within 10 feet of me, so basically everyone on this boat, must succeed on a Dex saving throw which is I think DC 13.
Okay.
Or they take force damage equal to 2 rolls of my martial arts die.
The druid failed.
Nice.
Celine failed.
Nice.
The captain failed. I literally rolled a 3 for the druid, a 2 for Celine, and a natural 1 for the captain.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Or the navigator, I should say. Celine's the captain.
Okay. So
Bro, that's some Jujutsu Kaisen shit right there, bro. Just used his domain.
domain expansion. I literally just did a domain expansion.
Fucking go.
Joyous combat. So they each take so it's 2 of my martial arts die, which I think is a D6 plus 3.
I think it's just the D6. I don't think you add
Just
your
the
modifier.
D6.
I could be wrong. If it says to add the modifier on the character sheet under features for that, then you do it. But
It doesn't seem to say add my
I am
modifier.
looking.
Oh, right
I'm
here.
Looking.
Take 2 D4 force damage.
Okay, cool. Cool. So
it
it's a
is
D4.
2
Okay.
D4. Let me roll that to everyone.
Roll it.
So everyone immediately takes 6 damage.
Okay, druid's down. You're
down,
the
sick.
force. The lobster goes up in the air. He flips backwards, legs up over the side of the boat, lands in the water.
Nice. So now I'm just in the ready position, astral arms floating around me, and I have a slight glow around my aura.
Thick. Okay.
Just so we're clear on meanings of terminology, him being down doesn't mean that we killed him, thus disqualifying us
He is
from the
unconscious.
game, does it?
He is
Okay.
unconscious. Yeah, I'm assuming that you're not, unless someone is like, I stab him with my sword. I'm gonna consider for at least right now that
Yeah,
he's
I'm
just
toggling the
unconscious.
non-lethal button in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I got you.
Non-lethal is on.
Okay. With that, the druid has been expelled from the vessel. Geratos is alone on Celine's ship. She's fighting off a swarm of rats and a spiritually awakened astral monk. Noka is in the water with Zelar. Both of them you guys are like submerged. As you open your eyes and look up, there is a 10-foot long thrashing draconic eel creature tied up in the water in front of you, angrily jarred, with 2 other sailors from Celine's vessel in the water next to you, trying and failing to subdue it for themselves. It will be Zelar's turn when we come back next week. That is where we will end the
Let's
session for tonight.
go.
All right.
Any of you gangsters, absolute pog champs that are sorry.
No,
Sorry.
no, that was the way to start.
Sorry,
No,
sorry,
double
sorry.
down, double down.
I'll
Keep going.
No, I'll just start
going.
over. No, I think I'll just completely start from scratch. Any of you lovely individuals that are in the chat currently and are here watching tonight, thank you very much. Otherwise, this will be recorded and streamed again next week before our next episode. This is also going to go up on YouTube, and hopefully we can harvest some clips from this for additional content as well. But as the Dungeon Master and for the rest of the players, I say thank you very much and good night.